The decade of the 90s witnessed one of college football's most celebrated runs. The University of Florida Gators swamped the Southeastern Conference, capturing over 100 wins and the hearts of orange and blue faithful. Television net. The decade of the 90s witnessed one of college football's most celebrated runs. The University of Florida Gators swamped the Southeastern Conference, capturing over 100 wins and the hearts of orange and blue faithful. Television networks chronicled victory upon victory. Roaring crowds, thrilling moments, preserved for all time behind vaulted doors. An epic era locked away for centuries to come.
But I got the key.
Taylor racing to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown!
These were some great games.
Rhett the single back. Here's the handoff to Rhett running straight up. He will get to the goal line and dive in for a touchdown.
Hey, we got to find these guys.
Taylor in the one-back set. Werfel wants to throw and fires down toward the goal line for Riedel Anthony, and it is caught! It's a touchdown!
Hey, man, it's Bates. Where you at these days?
He's throwing again. Wide open, Hilliard at the 20. Cuts back to the 15-yard line. Sprinting toward the end zone. Touchdown, Florida.
What a play by Danny Werfel.
Not only am I trying to raise my son Jonah, but I'm also trying to help raise a bunch of kids from the inner city of New Orleans with Desire Street Ministry. Well, I'm practicing full-time law here in Tampa with Morgan & Morgan for the people.
Back to an eye set. Nick's dropping back, looking to throw, swings it out wide right, and it's picked off by Lawrence Wright. Oh my! An interception by Lawrence Wright at the 22-yard line.
And I'm in construction.
Well, all right, we'll be right there.
Kodak.
He's got the bookmark on his own page.
He's ready to go. I can find you guys in the index. It has letter winners. Letter winner.
He's the only guy that can spell. That's Brad Culpepper,
right.
Jerry Odom, Kirk Kirkpatrick. A little I love the 80s Sun Sports Gridiron Great Style. I'm James Bates, and we're going to have some fun 80s style tonight. 1989 is the year, and Death Valley is the place. The LSU Tigers and the Florida Gators. 3-1, the Gators go into Death Valley, and Death Valley is always a fun place to play, always a fun place to win, right, Jerry Odom?
That's right.
This guy never lost as a player or a coach. This is a big one. Gator fans are loving their teams, and they're loving their head coach, Galen Hall, right now. And, shoot, a lot of good times going on for the Gators.
Well, we were starting to turn things around. Initially in the opening game of the season, we played Ole Miss, and we all remember it well.
Yeah.
Do you have any catches in that game, Kirk?
I had 6.
You had 6 catches? You were the shining star of that
There
game.
you go.
Unfortunately, their defensive back, Chucky Mullins, I think, had 6 as well. Kyle ended up throwing 3 interceptions that game, and we lost. I think we held him to 96 yards of total offense, yet still lost the game 21 to something. And we go into this LSU game actually as the #1 defense in the nation.
That's true.
So we actually figured, hey, we can come in here and steal a win out of in Baton Rouge, which is a hard place to play. You had Tommy Hodson and Harvey Williams and Fuller guy and Boutte on defense. We were like, no,
Baton Rouge at night.
it was tough. But say if we could sneak through and get a win out of that, we were really going to have our, be back on track to win the SEC. And we had a ton of faith in Galen Hall. Make no mistake.
Electric atmosphere there, too. The fans were rocking. They were getting it going.
It's always good. You walk out there, you got Mike the Tiger sitting right there when you're warming up. Yeah, I remember coming out. It scares you to death if you don't know it right there. They get after it now. They like to have a good time, especially those night games. Gives them all day to have a good time.
Well, the other thing that scares you to death is that big hair in the 80s. That thing.
That'll
scare.
A lot of hairspray, jelly shoes, and trying to win really that first ring. You guys are trying to take home a ring tonight, really.
Yeah, we really were. We didn't have anything going on. We had a guy named Emmitt Smith on offense. I don't know whatever happened to him after this game.
I don't remember him.
Yeah, I think
good memory.
I think he played
22.
Semi-pro. Yeah, semi-pro.
He played with you
Semi-pro
with arena ball, didn't
Yeah, he did. Arena ball. Yeah, we were arena players together.
And we had a great defense. So we'll see what happens.
Well, that great defense gets things charging. Both defenses get it charging right here from the get-go. Let's get it started. 1989.
Wait.
LSU Tigers.
I found Kirk. All-American, All-American. Oh, wait. That's the second team.
Man, they're on him. They're on him really. The defensive guys over here. I'll help you out, even though I'm a defensive guy, too.
Thank you, Bates.
The LSU Tigers hosting the Florida Gators. Head coach Galen Hall. Enjoy.
Listen to this crowd. There's nothing like a Saturday night at Tiger Stadium. And these Gators are going to find out it's going to be a tough road tonight. This will be Kinchin in the corner if it stays in play, and it apparently will go out of the end zone. If it stayed in bounds, it'll be a touchback.
The LSU offense from Tommy Hodson, they're going to come out. There you see Tommy last year against Florida. That was his stats. He had a rough day, an interception that was returned for a touchdown. LSU will start at their own 20. Pretty good field positions. They just need to move the ball here.
Here's the offensive line now. Ruffin Rodrigue, the senior, at the left guard. Hutchinson, Rodrigue, Miller in the middle. Hubitz and Patnett is back on the right side because of Smoot's injury. The backs and receivers, Hodgson. Then you got Fuller and Egloff in the backfield with Lee and Moss, the wide receivers. Halliburton is the tight end. Wideouts are split left and right. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. I-backs, as you can see, and that's Moss in motion back to the near side. And the handoff straight ahead, and not much running room out of the I formation up to about the 23-yard line or so. And again, we'll look at the Florida defense, ranked number 1 in the nation, allowing only 169 yards a game. Only 99 rushing and 69 passing. So they don't let you get much. It's 2nd down and 7. A 3-yard game. Again, the I-backs. Lee is on the right side this time, and Jacob is in motion, then coming back to this side. The pitch out. Again, it's Fuller. He's going to get to about the 24, maybe the 25-yard line. Now let's take a look at the defensive lineup and see exactly what they pose for a threat here. The number 1 defensive unit in the nation. Murray, Culpepper, McCoy, and McCoy may not have started tonight. We weren't expecting him to start because of a virus. Miles, Moorer, Odom, and Richardson are the linebackers, and they are tough. And then in the secondary, you've got Watkins and Fain. White and Bartley are the safeties.
A very tough Florida defense, as we keep talking about. LSU's got a 3rd down and 5 here, Larry.
And it is Rowell, number 92, starting at the defensive tackle position on the right side. 3rd down, 5. First pass of the night for Hodgson. It's going to be picked off up near midfield at the 48. Bringing it down into Tiger territory at the 38-yard line is Richard Fain, the junior from North Fort Myers. And a 9-yard return on the interception.
We've got to look at this one, Larry. We're going to see it from the end zone. You see Tommy Hodson's coming right at you. Tommy's just dropping back. He's got decent protection here. Somebody comes free late, but he overthrows his tight end, and the free safety is just waiting on it. Intercepts the football for a 9-yard return. That's what the Tigers wanted to avoid. He had an open receiver. He just overthrew his tight end going down the middle of the football field.
You're going to Halliburton. It is picked off. The first turnover of the night, reminiscent of a year ago. Inside the 40-yard line at the 39. It's 1st and 10 Gators. This is Morris on 1st down. Little swing pass out to Simmons. Simmons bumped out of bounds on the far side. A big scramble there on the sideline. Inside the 35-yard line. Wayne Williams, the corner on the right side. Bumped him out, and it'll be 2nd down. And they'll mark it down. It looks like inside that 35-yard line. It'll be about 2nd and 5. And a personal foul.
Personal foul, Larry, against LSU. We'll see it again. As he's got the ball outside. LSU is in perfect position here. Makes the hit. They've got him stopped. Someone comes in late. I bet 42. Barker just comes in late, hits him out of bounds. That costs the Tigers 15 yards. Now the Gators are right down there threatening to score.
That's a big call as the Gators are threatening now here early. First quarter action. 1st and 10. The ball at the 19-yard line.
This is where you really got to play tough defense, especially with a guy like Emmitt Smith across from you who loves to carry the football down here. Emmitt's only scored 1 touchdown against the Tigers. Rushing.
Tony Lomack, number 20, is at the bottom of the screen, wide to the right. He's got 4.39 speed. I-backs. 1st down. A little mix-up in the backfield there with the fullback, Cedric Smith, and he'll be smothered under. Maybe a yard picked up. Nigel Ventress on the tackle, the outside linebacker on the right side. Let's take a look at the Gator offense now. Neely, White, Dixon in the middle. Bromley, Durden is their really veteran at right offensive tackle. Morris is the quarterback, the sophomore. Smith and Smith in the backfield. Cedric and Emmitt, and then you've got Simmons and Barber, the wideouts. Harvey Thomas is starting at tight end because Kirk Kirkpatrick did not make the trip, the starting tight end. Second down, 9 at the 18. High backs, deep handoff. Smith can't go in. He'll go outside then. Bumped out of bounds inside the 15 near the 13-yard line by Corey Raymond, the strong safety.
That time, Larry, as we take a look at it, Emmitt Smith's just in the eye. It's a sprint draw. He sees everything's blocked off in front of him. Butte turns it back. He cuts it back outside. Corey Raymond comes up and makes a good shot. Good job making the tackle, get him out of bounds.
You really can't teach a move like that, can you? It's run to daylight if you can. Many can't.
It's just instinctive. Emmitt Smith got in there and saw Butte sitting in there waiting on him. He cut it back and picked up some yards.
Third down and 4, a big play early at the 13. Long count for Morris. This is Emmitt Smith. He's stacked up short of a first down at the 11. Nigel Ventris from Port Arthur, Texas. The redshirt freshman outside linebacker wrapped him up, number 53.
What a play defensively as the crowd's now getting into it. Florida looks like they're going to have to settle for a field goal attempt here.
And John David Francis will try the field goal. It looks like it'll be about a 29-yarder. Tigers have 2 defenders deep just in case of a fake. The placement is down. The kick is up. It is long enough, and it is good. And Florida takes an early 3-0 lead on the intercepted pass and turnover of the Tigers. Kinchin on the far side. Again, Fuller on the near side. The kick by Francis, a high, deep down the middle kick, taken way deep in the end zone, and it'll be another touchback as Kinchin just runs it out of the end zone. So we'll take a look at the scoring drive, and there's really not much of a drive. Only 27 yards in 4 plays. Only took a little more than a minute and a half, Greg.
Yeah, but LSU's got to be happy with that. Coach Jenkins' guys came out and stopped them. The only first down Florida got really was when they got the personal foul penalty against the Tigers for a late hit. But LSU came up and played great defense. So all you want to do here is come out and say, don't worry about it, guys. Let's get it going offensively.
Tony Moss will come out wide to the left. Alvin Lee wide to the right. High backs again. Tommy Hudson, the quarterback. Egloff is the up back. And it looks like Harvey Williams is in there now in the play action. Hudson in trouble, will be sacked back at the 16-yard line. Harvey Williams lined up in the I formation, and he was chased. Huey Richardson and Tony Rowell came in to sack Tommy Hudson.
Tommy's just dropping back here. He's good faking at a Harvey. He's got a little time looking for somebody to come open. Everyone's covered. And that time he just could not find anybody open, and the sack came. Again, the speed of the Florida defense, and this is one of the factors that Mike Archer is really worried about tonight, is the speed. We talked early on, Ed Zonbrecker wants to make sure those offensive linemen stay with their blocks because the Florida people come off well and they run to the football extremely well. Tight end Halliburton will line up on the left side. Second down and 13 now. The ball at the 17. And again, Hudson to throw. Under pressure, unloads it, incomplete. Well, he wanted to go to the back, out of the backfield. He wanted to go to Victor Jones, but he was under pressure. Looked like pressure from Mark Murray, who was probable coming into the game with a pinched nerve, the left defensive tackle. As we take a look at the replay here, Larry, LSU's got a screen pass call, which is great against a team that rushes the passer real good. Tommy dumps the ball off, but Victor Jones wasn't quite ready for the football, so it's incomplete, and LSU's got to start over again. Yeah, Murray is listed as a left tackle. He lined up on the right side that time, number 54. It is now 3rd and 13 from the 17-yard line. Moss in motion. Harvey Williams split out. Penalty flags are down. The play will be blown dead here. May have taken too much time. LSU offense is looking a little confused. They've got people not quite sure where they want to line up, and consequently they couldn't snap the football and time ran out on them. Too many ticks of the clock, and it'll be stepped off now. Referee tonight is Dick Burleson of Birmingham, Alabama. He makes the call. 2 penalties now for 20 yards against the Tigers. Once on defense and for 15, and on this one for 5 on the offense. Coach Mike Archer's looking on. He's not too happy with the way his offense is performing these 2 series. He's just backing himself up against the goal line here. In the tough SEC, Mike Archer is 11-2 in a career. Boy, that is quite a record in this tough league. 11:02 to play, first quarter. 3rd down, 18. Ball all the way back at the 12-yard line.
Harvey Williams is the slot on the right. 4 receivers going downfield. Hodson steps up. No, penalty flags are down, and he is too. Dropped at the 5-yard line. Brad Culpepper, the middle guard, broke through to make the hit.
It appeared that Tommy would have a chance to get the football off, but what's happening to him is he can't get anybody open. Let's take a look at it again. The Florida defensive secondary is doing an excellent job of covering everybody. See, Tommy's got some time here. He's looking around. Nobody's open. The defensive linemen get to him. There comes the flag, and we've got LSU for holding.
Looks like Rene Bourgeois will be punting now. The penalty was declined. The ball at the 5-yard line. Not much room here to make the kick. He can't step backwards. Rene averaging just about 42 yards a boot. Only Stacy Simmons is deep, and he stands around the 50-yard line. Florida will get excellent field position out of this one. Long count, waiting for the snap. Bourgeois just a yard in front of the end line of that end zone. Plenty of time, and he got it away. It's a low kick and short. Bounces at the 40 and takes a Florida bounce back almost to the 37-yard line. I think they'll mark it at the 38. Excellent field position for Florida. 32-yard punt. Florida leads it 3-0 here on Tiger Vision in Tiger Stadium.
Again, the defense is really in a hold here. They've got to start on their own 35-yard line and try to stop the Florida Gators. If they can hold them to 3 points here, again, it would be a great defensive play. But LSU's defense has talked about that, and the Florida Gators want to score a touchdown. If they can get 6 out of these turnovers, that's what you really want to do offensively.
10:24 to play in this first quarter. Gators threatening again on 1st and 10 at the Tiger 38. High backs on the quick pitch. Right side, Emmitt Smith down the sideline. May have stepped out of bounds, and he did. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. Let's take a look after that 11-yard pickup at the LSU defense. The Tiger defense with Dunbar, Booty, and James, and Dunbar the leader there on that defensive front lineup. The linebackers, Lawrence, Walkup, as we mentioned, Osbury starting tonight, and Ventress. What a game Walkup had last week. Young and Williams at the corners. Young, the man from SMU. Raymond and Faulbacher are the safeties. First down and 10 now at the 27-yard line. 10:19 to play in the first quarter. 3-0 Florida. 2 wideouts to the left. Tied in on the right side. Williams straight ahead, trying to dance his way inside the 25. Gets it to about the 23-yard line. Dunbar and Walkup making the hit. Dunbar from Opelousas, a 3-year letterman, a senior, and Walkup, who had his first start last week, had a magnificent start against Ohio. 10 tackles, an interception, and a fumble recovery.
Emmitt Smith's doing a good job of running the football. He's carried it 4 times now for 22 yards. That time they ran what they call an isolation play with the fullback leading in there, and Emmitt picked up a couple.
Second down and 5. In motion is Lomax. Handoff straight ahead. Hard hitting defensive charge that time. They get it down to about the 20-yard line with the fullback. But not much more than that, as Cedric Smith is wrapped up by Mark Booty, who would not be moved out. He was the nose guard, number 95, a sophomore from Lake Charles.
Good play by Booty, and that's what LSU is going to need from him. He's got to be solid inside, not let him get any movement on him, allow the linebackers to move around him and make the tackle.
Galen Hall, those pants tightening a bit fitter this year than in previous years, I think. You saw a good shot of 98 Burge Osbury as well. Third down and 3 now from the 20. And this is a big play, a big third down play as Morris rolls left. Could run. No, he'll throw. Incomplete. Down around the 7-yard line. Ventress is there. Williams was there. The intended receiver was Terrence Barber.
Got a replay. Kyle Morris rolls out. He can run for the first down here. Nobody's in front of him. He elects to throw. Tries to force it in there that time with 3 or 4 defenders around his receiver. He could have tucked it under his arm, Larry, and picked up the first down.
You know, the throw wasn't too bad. Good defense right there, because that could have been picked off if it was lower. Another field goal try now for Francis. He's kicked one of 29. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Placement is down. The kick is up. It's low. May have been partially blocked, or he hit the top half of it. It is no good, and the Tigers will take over.
What a play by the LSU defense.
Come on, Kirk. Don't be too proud.
Defense.
Defense. Yeah, guys, bringing it. And not just you guys. I know you want to talk a little bit about Brad Culpepper, a lot about Brad Culpepper. All right today. But Huey Richardson, Richard Fain, who had a great career in the NFL. I mean, guys balling over there.
Actually, it was Dick Fain.
Dick Fain.
Yeah, it wasn't Richard Fain. So you were that '90s guy. You didn't know Dick Fain. Actually, Dick Fain. His claim
I don't know Dick. I guess
he named Deion Sanders.
Correct.
Prime time.
That's true.
Dick Fain.
High school teammates.
Yeah, they were.
Best friends.
Best friends.
North Fort Myers.
And Huey absolutely had a tremendous game. Was a tremendous player. I think I ended up having a lot of records at Florida. I think, Kirk, you know a story about the World Trade Center in Huey.
That's right. Huey was actually there at the Trade Center, got out, was actually at ground level, and ended up getting out when the unfortunate event happened.
No, in Huey, it was probably an ice cream truck came by, and he's like, I
He
can
ran
go
down
to
the
work,
street.
I can go to work, or I can go get some ice cream at the ice cream truck. I bet you that's more Huey Richardson's
That's
speed.
definitely more here.
I only knew him in passing, but he seemed like a heck of a guy. Really, really quality person.
No, he was. He was bizarre though.
Yeah, give me the story you were telling us about his dad.
No, yeah. Well, he was a first-round draft pick, Pittsburgh Steelers. I think he ended up having just a cup of coffee up there with him, but he had a 1978 Jetta Volkswagen. The thing had 10 billion miles on it. Huey's up there, first-round draft pick, signed $1 million contract. His dad said, Huey, there's no way, you can have this car. You're a pro football player. And Huey was particular. He liked to hold on to things, and he said, I'm not getting rid of it. His dad takes the car, takes it away from Huey, and Huey probably lived 10 miles away from training camp or wherever camp was at the time, and Huey refused to get a new car, so he thumbed a ride, first-round draft pick, down Highway 101 every single day to practice. True story.
Wow.
And now he's like a stockbroker making...
No, he's a trader for Merrill Lynch, or he was the last I heard. Incredibly smart, makes a great living. He's just peculiar, but that's what everybody loves Huey.
Hitching a ride. You're hitching a ride with us here on Gridiron Greats. More first quarter action here. LSU in Florida, 1989 when we return.
Sports' ultimate nightly highlight show is here. Introducing the FSN Final Score. No fluff, no filler, just highlights. It's TV's most action-packed half hour. Weeknights on FSN.
Why are you still on dial-up instead of Bell South Fast Access DSL?
It's too expensive for our budget, yeah. I can't afford it. He has a bad job, so.
I work for your dad. Actually, Bell South Fast Access DSL is as low as $24.95 a month. Really?
Yeah, but some of those companies will start you off on one. They usually start you at that rate.
Then they hit you with the real price 6 months later.
Not with Bell South. There's no introductory pricing. Guaranteed. It's just $24.95 a month.
Is it really that much faster?
Yeah. Bell South has speeds up to 100 times faster than standard dial-up.
100 times faster? Oh, that's good. Wow. That's fast.
So what are you waiting for? Go with Bell South Fast Access DSL today for prices as low as $24.95 a month. And you can even get $75 cash back on select speeds. Plus get a free modem when you order online. So why are you still using dial-up?
Why are we still using dial-up?
I don't know.
I am out of excuses.
Bell South. Listening, answering.
Sun Sports has your Marlins covered all season long. See the up-and-coming young Marlins heat up the National League. Astros and Marlins today at 5:30 on Sun Sports.
LSU trails 3-0 after the severe turnovers they've had.
Defense has certainly risen to the occasion here early. Out of the I formation, Eddie Fuller weaving his way up the middle to about the 27-yard line. Tell you what, if the defense hadn't come to play, it could easily be 14-0 right now.
Well, the LSU, we've got a replay of this from the end zone. It's just a sprint draw. Tommy turns and hands it to Fuller. Good blocking inside, and Eddie picks up about 8 yards on the play. So it's second down, about 2 or 3.
LSU's been starting their drives at the 20. There's a good shot of Eddie Fuller. Florida has been starting on average at the LSU 39. High backs on 2nd and 3. A little mix-up here as Tommy Hudson is dropped back to the 23-yard line.
That time the Gators just came on a blitz. They brought one of their inside linebackers. Number 57 looks like Odom coming from the inside. Gary Odom, and he's able to get to Tommy Hudson before Tommy can get away from the center.
Odom's a junior from Merritt Island, Florida, and he got in there quickly.
He timed it perfect. He came up and just right on the line of scrimmage as we have it on the screen. There he is. Nobody touched him. He's in there on Tommy Hudson before he can even get away from the center.
Well, it's 3rd down and 7, and the ball at the 23-yard line. Got to get just beyond the 30 for a first down. The only back now behind Hodson is Egloff, and Hodson will drop. Wilson's blowing all over the place, and he is dropped at the 18, maybe even the 17-yard line. Just nobody to throw to, and not much protection as Huey Richardson and Brad Culpepper penetrated the offensive line.
Looks like that 25-second clock ran out again on the Tigers.
Well, that's what the whistles were all about. I thought I had heard whistles down there as he backed up from the snap. Actually, that's going to save it down for him. That's a break. It'll still be 3rd down. And the ball will be placed at the 19.
I think the LSU Tigers are going the wrong way. 3 penalties for 25 yards. And they've played. I don't think they've crossed the 30-yard line yet.
Not offensively, they haven't. And Florida hasn't had to start but inside the 40-yard line of the Tigers. 3-0 Florida. 7:21 to play, first quarter. This is 3rd and 11 for the Tigers at their own 19. Draw up the middle. Egloff, big hole. Rips it out to about the 28-yard line, just short of a first down, maybe 2 yards.
Egloff almost picked up the first down. That was a good call. You watch the replay. Florida's getting a lot of pressure on Tommy Hudson. He goes to the draw, hands it to Egloff. Eddie Fuller's out front blocking for him. Good block there, just short of the first down.
Stacy Simmons will go back to return the punt. LSU forced a kick once again. Rene Bourgeois is deep, standing at about his 15-yard line. Waiting for the snap on 4th and 2 at their own 28. Long count, good snap. Line drive kick will bounce at the 40, not fielded, and it'll take another Florida bounce. He's got a wedge shot tonight. He's backing him up. Penalty flag is dropped at the line of scrimmage. Florida would have the ball at their own 42, but we'll wait for that flag. A 30-yard punt on this one.
Looks like this one may be against the Tigers as well. So if that's the case, Florida may want to back him up and make him kick.
This is Dick Burleson, the referee with the white hat. They say the good guys wear the white hats, right? Tonight he hasn't been too much of a good guy.
The Tigers have really been just hurting themselves offensively. Holding penalties, delay of game penalties, and turning the football over is what's hurting them right now. Coach Mike Archer having a little conversation with some of the refs tonight, and so he must feel that things just aren't going well for him right now.
This is not what he had in mind when this game started. It's declined. Florida will take over the football at their own 42-yard line. And that's the worst field position they've had in this first quarter. That's hard to believe on 3 possessions.
Coach Galen Hall's walking the sidelines. He's got to be feeling pretty good right now with the way his defense has played, but he's not happy with his offense, I'm sure. 2 turnovers down, LSU's into the football field, and he's only able to come up with 3 points.
Last year, Florida won at Florida Field 19-6. As we mentioned at the top of the show, the visiting team has had the upper hand in this series during the 1980s. Well, they may be bringing the ball back again. They're discussing, and it looks like the defense is coming off, and the special teams will be coming back onto the field for LSU.
Looks like the LSU offense is going back onto the field as Alvin Lee, Tony Moss, they're heading back out there.
This. That's what it is. Watch this call by Dick Burleson. Galen Hall says, yeah, I understand. It's okay. I understand. Looks like the Tigers will have the football. May have been a defensive hold. If it is, that would be an automatic first down. It is a first down. I haven't seen the call made yet. But the Tigers have it 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Best field position what LSU's had all night. Looks now they've just got to move the ball, Larry, and get something going, some type of a drive so they can get some points on the board.
And it was defensive holding, which is an automatic first down, and the Tigers have it 1st and 10 at their own 39 with split backs. And a handoff to Egloff inside, but nowhere to go inside. He inched his way across the 40-yard line as Jerry Odom, the linebacker, came up to make the hit.
LSU came out and just tried to power it a little bit, get Egloff to take it inside, try to catch that Gator defense napping with the fullback coming in there. But Florida was ready for it.
Egloff from Hanover, Pennsylvania, a 3-year letterman, a senior, and a very steady performer. He'll go down in the record books, though, as the guy that made the 19-yard catch that put Hodson as the all-time offensive leader. Hodson to throw. Has time and unloads it. Looks like he's got it complete to Moss right around the 45-yard line. What a catch by Moss under pressure.
That time, Tony Moss was covered. Tommy just forced the ball in there. I'm sure he felt the pressure coming from the backside and wanted to get rid of it. Let's take a look at Tony Moss. He did a good job of hanging on to the football in traffic.
From Bossier City, he's a 3-year letterman, a senior. Last week had 7 receptions, 4 of those for touchdowns. What a night for Tony Moss against Ohio. Now it is 3rd down and 5 at the 44. Slot right. Hodson, short drop, look out! Ball pops loose. Big scramble at the 45-yard, at the 40-yard line, and the Florida Gators have the second turnover of the night. Mark Murray forced the fumble. Huey Richardson recovered it. So Hodson is hit. It looks like Richardson, number 90, will make the force. Let's watch number 90. And then Murray recovered.
Tommy just never sees him coming. He's getting ready to throw the football. He gets hit, and it's a fumble. Here we see it again from the end zone. Tommy's just dropping back. Florida's running a little stunt inside, but someone comes clear from the outside and hits him. Tommy Hodson never saw him coming. He was getting ready to deliver the football. Eddie Fuller was open down the middle of the football field, but it's a fumble, and Florida takes over.
At the 41-yard line, it is 1st down and 10. Pitch out. Emmitt Smith can't go in, can't go out. Corey Raymond was there. Looked like he had a lot of help. Oliver Lawrence was down there. Let's go down to the sideline to see what's happening now with this update report from Jordy Hultberg.
Well, Larry, team speed for Florida is incredible, both on the defensive line, the defensive secondary. Tommy Hodson has been hit every time he's gone back to pass. He's been sacked. There have been turnovers. Right now, Florida dominating the line of scrimmage, and that's always a big key.
No doubt about that, and a well-observed point from Jordy Hultberg. That's the speed, and it was the speed going in that Mike Archer was concerned with most. 2nd down and 8. Out of the eye. Again, Smith goes to the outside as he's forced out there, and Ventress forces him out of bounds with a good, hard hit. Knocked his helmet off.
Emmitt does a good job. Emmitt Smith does a good job of coming in and watching. He gets the football in the sprint draw, sees it, and just cuts. Good speed, good quickness on change of direction, trying to get the ball back to the outside. If the LSU outside linebackers are not staying at home and they're too busy flying out of there, he'll break one through the backside on you. That's where he's dangerous. He can just really cut on you.
Ventress had to check out of the lineup. Evidently lost a chin strap or something with that helmet. When he lost the helmet, it is 3rd down and 5 at the Tiger 36-yard line. I-backs, 1 wideout. Simmons to the right. That is Smith in motion. Morris throwing, complete. Smith inside the 30, 1st down at the 28-yard line. Well, that's another thing they were worried about, is the fact that not only does he run the football, he can catch the football too.
Coming into the game, Emmitt Smith was one of the leading receivers on this Florida football team with 9 receptions, so he's doing a good job of catching the football. He's got 187 yards rushing, and 88 is what he had, so he's catching the ball more. That time he picks up 8 yards on that reception.
Yeah, he could, if he had a big game, go over the 1,000-yard mark this year already. He was the first freshman ever to get 1,000 yards as early as he did in a freshman year, and then in 2,000 yards in a career. Only Herschel Walker had that earlier. He tied Tony Dorsett the 5th game of his sophomore year. Little mix-up, ball pops loose, Tigers have it. LSU returns the favor with a fumble recovery. A big play for the LSU Tigers. Mark Boutte in the middle. Gobbled that one up, and the Tigers have it at the 30-yard line.
Good play. Morris and the fullback just bumps into each other, and there's number 95, Boutte, the nose guard, takes the fullback, and number 70, Clinton James, makes the recovery for LSU. Good defensive play inside. It's LSU's ball.
James on the recovery, Boutte on the hit. Well, the Tigers now have their first turnover. Florida has been known to turn it over this year. They've got a lot of takeaways, but they also have a lot of give-ups and giveaways. Weaving and twisting his way is Calvin Wyndham. Wyndham gets it out near the 39-yard line, a 9-yard gain.
That time Wyndham got good blocking up front on the sprint draw, was able to break something a little bit to the left side, left of his offensive line. Picked up 9 yards. Good play by the Tigers offensively.
3:52 to play in the opening quarter. It's still 3-0 Florida, as the Tigers have dodged some howitzers, not just bullets tonight. The Tigers need to generate some offense, and they're trying to do that right now after a 9-yard gain. Wyndham is stopped here, though, at the 38-yard line. Let's go down to the sideline now with another update with Jordy.
Larry, you're oh so correct when you said the Tigers have dodged some bullets. Only 3-0. They've turned the ball over several times. Their confidence, although wavering, has got to be picked up a little bit. They need one good drive to get back in the flow of things, and they're trying to sit out and do that right now. So momentum may have shifted after that turnover.
Yeah, I think the offense has got to shake hands with the defense, saying thanks, guys, for keeping us in the ball game right now, and now we'll do our job out here.
The defense has just bailed them out, Larry. LSU's got to get something going now.
3rd down and 1 at the 38-yard line. That's Kinchin in motion. Wyndham with the ball, tripped up, and he may be short. It's going to be very close. They'll have to mark it down, and they may measure here. Jerry Odom on the tackle. Wyndham had his feet knocked out from him, but he dove forward. May have enough for the first down. It'll be close.
This one's just going to depend on the spot. As you watch, they're running a tall sweep here. Wyndham gets the ball and tries to just take it up. Tries to get north and south as quick as he can. All he needs is 1 yard. He stretches out. Just depends on where they mark the football. I guess this is the old right foot, left foot spot.
It will be close. Jones coming in. Wyndham going to the sideline now. They're stretching it out. He's got the first down. Well, he got that on effort because he had his feet knocked out from under him, and he just dove forward.
Good smart play by Wyndham, though. He started to go outside on a tall sweep, realized the pursuit was coming, and he needed to get the ball upfield as quick as he could. Good move by him.
That's the first third down conversion for a first down for the Tigers. Maybe they've got something going now at their own 40-yard line as Hodson brings his team up. First down 10 at the 40. Wideouts left and right, one back, short drop. He's in trouble, have to run and scramble, and he made a nice move just to get a couple of yards up to about the 41, maybe a yard. Not a couple, but just one.
The Florida defense is doing an excellent job of coming through inside, up the middle, where Tommy can't step up and try and find that second receiver. He's got to scramble around back there and try to get the ball downfield. But they're doing a good job of putting pressure on Hodson and not allowing him a lot of time back there to read.
Look at this, LSU, the heat is on. 3 sacks, 2 hurries, no block passes, but 2 knockdowns. They've had their problems tonight, and here it is 2nd and 9 at the 41. Wyndham in motion. Hodson to throw, steps up and unloads it, complete the Moss, steps back, and now he's on the run, and he gets out to near midfield at the 49-yard line. Maybe short of a first down by about a yard.
Good play by Tony Moss. Good play by Tony Moss that time. Did a good job of coming back. Tommy found him and got him the football. See, Hodson just takes a little roll here to get away from some of the pressure, sets up, sees a guy outside. That's Tony Moss. He comes back. Normally, you don't want a guy coming back like this, but with Tony Moss, he gets exciting when he can bring the football back and cut across field.
At the 49, it is 3rd down and 1 yard to go. Tigers are 1 of 5 on 3rd down conversions. Out of the eye, Wyndham straight ahead, got the first down into Florida territory at the 48-yard line. They went straight at him and picked up the first down. Nothing fancy, just blow him off the line of scrimmage and pick up the first.
Blowing him off. Watch Richardson here. He's just going to get double teamed. He's got the tight end Halliburton on him. Just drives him out of there. Good job of driving him out. Great job. Wyndham's doing a good job with the football. 4 carries, 14 yards. I'm impressed with the way he takes it north and south real quick, not allowing the defense to catch him.
First quarter winding down, 52 seconds remaining. It's 3-0 Florida. Play action. Hodson with a little more time this time, unloads a pass, complete at the 45, down the sideline and moving, slipping inside the 35-yard line. Victor Jones, and a first down for the Tigers on a 15-yard reception. Nice move for Victor Jones after he caught the football.
Good play by Tommy Hodson. He drops back, just a little fake to Wyndham. Drops back, he's trying to go downfield, but he finds Victor Jones out in the flat. Good catch. Victor shows the strength that gets away from 2 tackles and puts the ball upfield. Good catch and run by Victor Jones.
First down and 10 at the 34-yard line. 29 seconds remaining in this first quarter. High backs again for the Tigers. That's Jacob in motion. And then coming back again, the quick pitch, Wyndham. Wyndham knifes his way down to the 30-yard line.
Good job that time. Looks like LSU had a lot of the Florida defensive linemen blocked, but because of the team speed we keep talking about on defense for Florida, they were able to come off their blocks and get out there and make the tackle and hold it to a 4-yard gain.
Ephesians Bartley, the strong safety, making the tackle. Looks like the Tigers will take a timeout. Florida leading at 3-0 here on Tiger Vision.
Enemy territory, guys. Death Valley is always tough, but you know when you get to listen to the opponent's announcers, they're crushing Galen Hall. Hard to believe he was a quarterback or however you do it in that accent. And then the waistline come.
Yeah,
they're on him.
Those pants are riding a little tight on him this year, a little tighter than last year. But give Galen some respect. I mean, he's the one who recruited our class.
That's
he
right.
recruited your class. I like Galen a lot.
I do too.
He was a
Great
down personal guy. He would come and sit in the dining hall and come sit down with a group of guys and was really personable. Was a heck of a quarterback back in the day at Penn State. May have been Heisman runner-up or one of those things. I mean, did really well. But, I mean, It was a great recruiting class he had in '87. If you look in this game, I think 11 of the 22 starters were all from the 1987, our class, right. From Emmitt on down. And two of the other guys, Andy Newman, I think he's got a new name now, I'm not quite sure. He was a starter who broke his leg, I think, the week before this game. Right. And Tony McCoy didn't play as much. He had like a virus, but right. You know, it was Galen's. I mean, he left, you know, the next year, Spurrier came in with a strong stockade full of players, and that was largely due to Galen.
Always said that. Coaches always even said that there's a lot of good players when he came in. So Galen did a good job.
Galen did a great job, I think. Everybody needs to know their limitations, and Galen was a fantastic coordinator. I think head coaching, he didn't like have to deal with the boosters, having to deal with all the other, you know, being in charge of the other coaches. I think he's a great coordinator. I think he might have just been a little bit too much for him.
He was too honest, to tell you the truth. I think he was sincere, and you know, somebody would ask him, well, how things are going, and he'd really, like, you know, he didn't have the coach speak down like the old ball coach had. Coach Spurrier, boy, he could just say, you know, we're doing fine. We're, you know,
guess we're just not very good coaches.
You know, they'd ask Galen, he'd say, well, you know, this week we really struggled here, and he was just too sincere. I think that was, you know, not a flaw. I mean, you know, one of his biggest coups was getting Kirkpatrick. I mean, it was either USC. I mean, let me tell you something.
Tough. Notre Dame.
Or
just go to the Olympics.
You know, but you know, well, they enlisted Shinsis. Kirk and Shinsis were best buddies growing up, and so Shinsis was already at Florida, and they had him go down there and get Kirk out of the.
Some Brandon Eagles. The Eagles, birds of a feather, stick together, and well, these guys like Galen Hall. The Gator fans like Galen Hall. When we get back, we'll get into this being Galen Hall's last game, that whole story. It's an interesting one. If you don't know it, where you been? But we'll break it down for you anyway. LSU still driving. Second quarter when we return. Stay right there.
Poker Superstars 3 on FSN. The kings and queens of poker royalty face off in a star-studded duel for over $1.2 million.
Yes!
Poker Superstars 3, Sunday on FSN.
Imagine an internet where the possibilities are wide open, where there's more to communications than just email, where you can easily look at movies and video, or look in on the kids. This is the internet of instant downloads and instant gratification, of digital pictures and digital music. This is the internet you haven't experienced. Why? Because you're on dial-up. See what the internet was meant to be. Get Bell South Fast Access DSL for as low as $24.95 a month. Sign up for lightning fast internet and get $75 cash back on select speeds. Plus, order online and you can get a free DSL modem. Bell South. Listening. Answering.
Start the second quarter of action. LSU and Florida. First SEC game of the year for the Tigers. And the Gators coming off a 21-0 shutout over Mississippi State, 1-1 in conference play.
Larry, LSU's got 27 yards rushing to Florida's 28 in the first quarter, unofficially. 26 yards passing to 13 to Florida, and we'll come back to those in a minute.
Halliburton, the tight end, lines up on the right side. Second down, 6. Ball at the 30-yard line. Victor Jones to the 25. Victor Jones to the 20. Breaking tackles inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. A 17-yard run. Todd Kinchin with a key block that sprung him loose, and then he ran over some people.
As we look at it from the end zone, good blocking up front for LSU. Florida came on the blitz. Victor Jones beat the linebacker. He gets in the secondary and just breaks some tackles and picks up some good yardage for the Tigers. 17 yards. Now LSU's got the ball inside the Florida 15.
First down and 10 at the 13-yard line. Early going second quarter. Tigers threatening. LSU is down 3-0. Here's the handoff. Fuller inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. And a flag is thrown.
I think we got 2 flags on the play. This may be holding against the Tigers inside. That's really going to hurt them. They can't make mistakes down here. If LSU can put the ball in the end zone and get 6 points, 7 points with David Brondike, it'll be a great moment for the Tiger offense.
That's the preliminary indication from Dick Burleson. Holding, and that will bring the play back, and also a walk-off of 10. And they'll debate that now with the captain of the Florida Gator defense, Pat Moorer, number 45, and there's Galen Hall. former Penn State quarterback, who you mentioned at the outset of the show is under a bit of fire despite an excellent record. He is ranked number 12 among active coaches with 5 years or more.
He's done a good job down at Florida. They were on probation. He couldn't win the SEC championship one year. So, you know, they're looking for, at Florida, they're not real patient.
Ranked number 12 in winning percentage, 68%. 14:23 to play in the first half. Penalties there, as you see, LSU 4 with 35 yards. 1st and 20. Ball at the 23. Hodson trying to avoid the rush, cannot. He is dropped by Richardson. Culpepper was also around him. Number 90, Huey Richardson, a junior from Atlanta, the outside linebacker.
We'll take a look at Huey Richardson. He just lines up wide and uses good speed to beat the offensive tackle out there, and the fullback can't even get to him. I think what LSU may want to do offensively is go with 2 tight ends, and what that'll do is slow down that pass rush from the outside. That's where they're getting a lot of trouble with those guys who are so quick and beating the offensive tackle.
It is 2nd and 29, back at the 32. They've got to get to the 3-yard line for a first down. Little swing pass. Eddie Fuller hit hard at the 30-yard line and dropped. Brought down by Bartley, number 44, and Richardson, 90. Bartley's the strong safety, and Richardson's the outside linebacker.
That Florida defense is doing a good job of confusing the LSU offense just a little.
In fact, Bartley is getting a chance to play because Andy Newman, their normal strong safety, had surgery on his right foot and is out for several weeks. Kinchin will go wide to the left now. Moss wide to the right on 3rd down, and you're not misreading that. 3rd and 27 from the 30-yard line. Egloff can't hear. He's going to step up and listen. He'll take the quick handoff. Egloff has a hole. Gets it down inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line.
LSU's just setting the ball up here. They've got probably the best kicker in the country, and David Brondike. They're going to bring him on. If he can just hit this field goal, LSU will be at the tie ball game at 3-all.
12:35 to play in this first half, and LSU looking for the first points of the game. He is a 90% field goal percentage inside the 40. This will be a 35-yard attempt for the left-footed booter. David Brondike, a senior from Dallas, kicks it. It's sailing long enough, and it is good. We've got a tie game with 12:13 to play in the first half. LSU 3 and Florida 3.
Good job by the Tiger offense of just driving the football down in there. They should have gotten 7, but they got 3 points, and we're all tied up here.
Here's the boot. You've got Lomack and Simmons deep, and this kick is all the way out of the end zone. And it'll be a touchback brought out to the 20-yard line.
The ball will come out to the 20, and this is the worst field position that the Florida Gators have had.
That's right. They really had the field position in that first quarter, and it's very fortunate to be a 3-3 game right now. The defense has really been tough on both sides of this football game, both the Tigers and the Gators.
We'll see the numbers on Mars for 89, 47 of 88 for 811 yards, 8 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, with 3 coming in the first ball game.
Kyle Morris, the sophomore from Clinton, Mississippi. 12:13 to play in the half. Simmons in motion, and the pitch out goes to the outside, and the ball may have come loose, but after the hit, gets out to about the 20-yard line. Mark Booty, the nose guard, made the hit. That shows you his ability to get to the outside and make the tackle.
You know, the LSU coach has scouted Florida and looked at the film. They see Booty reading the center. He's taking him to the football. Just comes straight down the line of scrimmage, and there's the running back, Emmitt Smith, trying to take it up inside. Good play. Good play for him inside.
Emmitt Smith, 7 carries for 28 yards now, playing with a thigh bruise. His long run this year has been 40 yards, but he's approaching the 1,000-yard mark. Probably will get it in the next outing. Inside, spinning his way out to about the 23-yard line. Clint James, Mark Booty again. I'll tell you what, you said at the beginning of the show that the inside has played a bit soft. Tonight they have toughened up.
They have to. That's where Florida wants to attack LSU, inside the tackles. You want to run the sprint draw with Emmitt Smith, allow him to look. If the hole is closed, Emmitt will take it out the backside on you. That's why the LSU defense has got to play real sound front side where the football is attacking, and the backside people. You can't go to sleep with Emmitt in there.
Terrence Barber, number 3, brings in a play from the sideline, the wide receiver, on 3rd down and 7. Straight drop back for Morris. Under some pressure, gets it to Barber and complete out to the 38-yard line. And a Gator first down as Barber takes in the reception.
Take a look at it from the end zone. That's a 15-yard pass completion. Morris just drops back. He has some time here. LSU is going to get to him just a little late. Clint James coming in there. Good deliver of the football. He catches the ball for 15-yard reception. It's a good hit by Corey Raymond coming up making a stop.
A sophomore from New Iberia, number 19, Raymond. There's Barber's stats for you. It is 1st and 10 now at the 38-yard line for Florida. Wideouts left and right. Morris may be checking off here. He's going to audibilize if he has time. Deep handoff, Smith right side. Weaving his way to the 45 and breaks a tackle. May have lost the football at the 46, and the Tigers may have come up with it. Looks like Carl Dunbar. Dunbar comes up with a loose football.
Good play by Carl Dunbar. That time came from his defensive tackle position inside. Running to the football, got out there, made the fumble recovery. Good tackle.
Each team now has given the football up a pair of times. 2 fumble recoveries now for the Tigers defense. Florida has an interception and a fumble recovery. At the 46, the Tigers take over, and this is their best field position.
The LSU offense now has got to move the football. They've done a good job thus far, but penalties have hurt them.
Lee on the outside at the bottom of the screen there for a moment. Moss in the slot, play action fake. Hodson with time, pass deflected and almost intercepted. Boy, that was so close. That was very close as Jerry Odom came close to knocking it, or no, making an interception and almost picking it off.
Tommy just did a little rollout that time and trying to get the ball to Egloff out in the flat. Good, the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, almost intercepted.
It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line with 10:10 to play. Hodson brings his team up with Moss wide to the right. I backs again. Harvey Williams is the deep back. Egloff the up back. It is Williams. Straight ahead, a hole. Hurdling over the line. Inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. A 9-yard pickup for Harvey Williams. He says, hey, let's get fired up.
Good running by Harvey Williams. This year he's only carried the ball 14 times for 42 yards. So that time Tommy just turns, tosses the ball to Harvey. What he wants to do is kind of like what Emmitt Smith does. Run inside, look at the hole, and cut it back. Good running by Harvey Williams.
He had a similar run the first carry against Florida State, and then was hurt on that carry and could not perform the rest of the way with a groin pull. He only needs 126 yards to take over Billy Cannon's spot on the all-time career rushing list, the 6th spot. And here's penalty flags all over the place. Looks like illegal procedure. Ruffin Rodrigue may have jumped a bit early, the left guard.
That's Harvey Williams. This time you see Ruffin Rodrigue just to the left. There he goes. He jumps a little early. They blow the whistle on him.
Ruffin is a 3-year letterman from Thibodeau, a senior. 9.5 to play in this first half, and a 5-yard walk-off now back to the 42-yard line.
3rd down and 6. You just can't do that to yourself offensively. You continue to self-destruct. You go from a 3rd and 1 to a 3rd and 6. Makes a big difference, especially against a defense like Florida.
Eddie Fuller now in the backfield. Split backs. Egloff to the left. Fuller to the right. Wideouts left and right. 3rd and 6. Straight drop back. No play action here as Hodson wants to throw and does. Complete to Fuller. Fuller's running loose to the 30. He's going to go all the way to the 10. 5 touchdown Tigers. A 42-yard touchdown. Tony Moss with a key block and the touchdown for Eddie Fuller.
I tell you what, they talk about Harvey Williams and his speed. Eddie Fuller does an excellent job of catching the football and then making people miss it. He made some people miss it that time and got outside behind a good block by Tony Moss. Took it 42 yards into the end zone. Take a look at it from the end zone. Tommy just drops back, straight drop back pass. He's looking for Eddie Fuller all the way. Drops it off to him. Eddie makes one guy miss right here. Good move. Sets up the block for Tony Moss, and he's gone. He's gone outside for a 42-yard touchdown.
That makes it a 9-3 ball game. The second 2 receptions for 44 yards now for Fuller. The extra point Brown Dyke is good, and it is now a 10-3 ball game. With 9:04 to play in the first half, LSU takes a 7-point lead. We'll be back in just a moment.
So the twos, deuce, deuce. You don't see that very often. At least in the NFL, you never saw it. The ball going down on the ground from the hands of Emmitt.
You really never saw it in college either. And
exactly.
Unfortunately, I had an opportunity to play him in high school, and he never did it much in high school either. I mean, Emmitt, you know, he's done unbelievable things. A lot of questions I sometimes get is, hey, you know, who's better, Barry Sanders or Emmitt Smith? And the difference was, and unfortunately, I practiced against Emmitt. If you got your hands on Barry Sanders, you could probably get him down, but getting your hands on him was pretty tough. You know, the guy was all over the place. Whereas Emmitt, you could sometimes get your hands on him, but he was a strong runner. His legs would grind and grind and grind, and you'd hit him at the line of scrimmage, and the next thing you know, he's gotten 4 yards. Right. And he wasn't glamorous, and even in this game, you look, and it's like he ended up with over 100 yards, but you know, he's going to get one decent run, but most of them just grinder yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, 3 yards, 1 yard.
He used to frustrate me because you would be perfect defensively. Perfect. Couldn't do it any better. Hit him right. Hit him at 2 yards. All of a sudden you look up and he's got 6. He's got 4. He's got 7. Then all of a sudden he'll break a 20-yarder. And you're almost killing you softly. I mean, it would, as a defensive guy, it just drove me nuts because I had to be perfect. I wasn't crazy. I had to be perfect. You know, I'd be perfect. I usually be successful, and I wasn't. It used to drive me crazy in practice.
You sound like you got a really good singing voice. Would you sing "Killing Me Softly"? Just kind of
a lot of yelling. A lot of yelling.
You were already ready at Florida when he was getting recruited. I mean, he was a big time recruit. I mean, you had to be excited about getting a running back like that.
Well, you don't pass as much, but Emmitt, obviously, you know, Emmitt is unbelievable as far as durability. Never fumbled, and he would just get 100 yards after 100 yards. It's amazing how many yards he's rushed for between high school, college, professional, and really no major injuries.
Tell the truth, though. When he got to Florida, though, you were pretty unimpressed. You're thinking, this guy, even in practice.
Yeah, well, you look at him. He's 5'9". He was about, what, 205, 210?
Right.
You know, he got some good moves, wasn't blazing speed. The guy, exactly like Jerry said, he gets, 5, 6, 7 yards every time he touches the ball.
And he had great balance. And obviously,
and in this game, he's playing with what? A deep side route. Let's give a punt, LSU. And you have punt for second quarter after get it ball. We come back.
We've done that before.
We're in a hotel. Do not disturb.
That's good.
The world might not be made for you, but Men's Warehouse is. We have an extensive big and tall selection, all at prices that won't knock you out. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
We tip our hats to those who play the game, who play for the pure love of the sport, and for those who strive and strive again for that golden moment when all the effort finally pays off. There's no better place for good times, good sports, and great food than your neighborhood Beef O'Brady's.
See you at Beef's.
K&G has over 4,000 men's suits in every store, starting at just $99.99. So you'll find what you're looking for, no matter what you're looking for. K&G Fashion Superstore. Call 1-800-GO-SHOP-KG.
LSU. Florida football at their own 23-yard line. Out of the oh, what a hit on Emmitt Smith. What a smack. Oliver Lawrence from the outside linebacker spot came up, and he really lowered the boom on Emmitt Smith.
Well, Florida doesn't get real fancy with their offense. What they like to do is just line up, as we see him here. Barnes turns around, tosses to Emmitt Smith. He's looking for the crease. Oliver Lawrence does a good job of playing off the tight end's block. Take another look at it. Everybody's playing solid defense. Dunbar. There's Oliver Lawrence playing off the block, makes the hit before Emmitt Smith has a chance to make a cut outside of him.
The senior from Neville High School in Monroe making the hit. 2nd and 12, a loss of 2. Simmons in motion. Deep handoff. Emmitt Smith has a hole up the middle, trying to break it to the outside. Good pursuit from the secondary, pulls him down at the 30-yard line. Jimmy Young coming across from a cornerback spot to finally grab him and haul him down. A 9-yard pickup, and that could have been bigger had it not been for the quickness of Young.
As Emmitt Smith, second leading rusher in Florida history. He's got 2,800 yards rushing. Emmitt's going to check out of the ball game now. See, it's just a sprint draw where the quarterback sprints like he's going to pass and gives it to Emmitt. He picks his way inside, does a good job of running. This guy has great vision, sees the whole football field, breaks a tackle there. Jimmy Young comes up and brings him down along with Corey Raymond.
Corey Raymond making a good play on that one, too. You're right. It is 3rd and 3. I backs. quick handoff up the middle and out to about the 34-yard line. It's going to be close. Looked like Anthony Williams, the inside linebacker, that wrapped him up. They went ahead, straight ahead, and they got the first down. Florida has been averaging better than 6 yards on first down. 6.2. LSU 3.3, and that is a big factor in this ball game. It keeps drives alive. It keeps you in possession of the football. It's 1st and 10 when you have short third down yardage instead of long third down yardage. There's a pass. The intended receiver was Barber, and he slipped and fell. Terrence Barber slipped as he was trying to make the break to the outside. I think we got a good look at that on the replay.
Morris just comes out. He's sprinting out now. Barber's going to make his break, plants. He's turning around for the football, and he just slips down while the ball's in the air. They're really lucky that Jimmy Young didn't feed it close just a little quicker. He may have had a shot at picking this football off.
Morris now has missed on connecting on his last 4 passes. He's 5 of 9, had been 5 of 5, you may remember, for 59 yards. Now he's 5 of 9. It is 2nd and 10 with less than 2 minutes to go in the half at the 34-yard line. High backs, McClendon, the deep back, gets the handoff. Willie McClendon has speed, gets to the outside, across the 40 to the 45-yard line. McClendon has 4.45 speed. And he got it down to about the 40, maybe the 46-yard line, an 11-yard pickup.
McClendon himself is averaging about 5.2 yards a carry. The thing about, if you look at the replay, they run the sprint draw, but they run it to the split inside where you've got linebackers dropping in coverage. Once he breaks by the defensive lineman, there's nobody there to pick him up. The secondary has to come up. So LSU, that's really putting a lot of pressure on your linebackers when you got them in man coverage and they run the sprint draw on you.
He's got a sore ankle, but it didn't show there. It is 1st and 10 at the 45 with 1:52 to play in the half. Morris on play action going deep over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jimmy Young was there, and a penalty flag is dropped. The intended receiver was the speedster Tony Lomack. Looks like holding against the Gators, and it is.
Good job by Jimmy Young, staying with his man. Young almost picked that one off. He did an excellent job of breaking on the football and just good coverage.
Holding is the call with 1:46 to play in this first half. LSU on top, 10-3. Stay with us at halftime. Jordy Hultberg has a lot of interesting notes to pass along. And he'll handle the halftime chores as we take a break, Greg. And at the 35-yard line now, it's 1st and 20 for Florida.
It's a big play. LSU can come up here. They may want to blitz just to throw them off, but you know Florida wants to pick up some positive yards on first down. If they can get back to the original line of scrimmage, it'd be great. A 9-yard penalty. Bad spot on that one.
The penalties, 3 and 30 for the Gators. 1st and 20 with 1:45 to go. Pump fake going over the middle and incomplete. He had him open but missed him. Harvey Thomas, the starting tight end tonight, because Kirkpatrick did not make the trip. It was just a little high for Harvey to come down with it.
Good job by Mars that time. He dropped back, looked to his left, pump fake that moves the free safety over just a little bit. Now he's got his tight end running right down the seam behind the linebackers, wide open. The free safety just can't get over quick enough to cover him. So it was a good job by Kyle Morris. It should have been caught by the tight end.
Robbie Green was coming up to make the play, and he is a redshirt freshman from Shaw High School in Gretna. It is now 2nd and 20 at the 35-yard line. Out of the eye. Twisting and moving and getting it out to about the 43-yard line, trying to make some moves to the outside. Not much running room.
Good at second effort by Emmitt Smith, though. You see, he'll get the ball on that sprint draw again. Everything is closed up in front of him. He makes a little cut. People are falling, grabbing at him. He just puts that hand down, keeps the feet moving. Excellent balance by Emmitt Smith.
He gets some yardage when there's really no yardage to be gotten. That's what's amazing about him.
Looks like you've stopped him, and then you look up, and he's 5-6 yards down the football field.
It is 3rd and 12 at the 43-yard line. 1:02 to play in the half. 3rd and 12. Straight drop back, pressured out of the pocket. Penalty flag is dropped. Running with the football to the 45 and out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And a flag is dropped at the line of scrimmage, stopping the clock with 51 seconds to play in the half. It's a 15-yard gain, but wait for the flag and the call.
Looks like it maybe against the Tigers on this one.
Defensive offside. Decline, first down run for Morris. We'll take a look from the end zone here, Greg, and you call it.
It's a good job by Carl Morris. He's just dropping back, straight drop back pass, looking for an open receiver. LSU gets pressure on him, but they leave a lane open to the right. That time Corey Raymond goes for the fake. Once he goes up in the air and gets off his feet, there's just nobody out front to catch up with him.
Darn near a clip on Jimmy Young.
That's a good job by the quarterback getting outside and picking up the first down.
40-yard line, 1st and 10, 51 seconds remaining. Deep handoff, Emmitt Smith wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Big play for Verge Osbury, number 98. He's back in a starting role tonight. The senior from New Iberia makes a big play here. Live from Tiger Stadium. It is 2nd and 10 from the 40. Morris over the middle and almost picked off. Broken up by Corey Raymond, number 19.
Good job.
I tell you, they were going for it all.
Good job. We're going to take an end zone look at this one. It was a good job by Corey Raymond. Morris drops back the pass. He's missed his last 6 passes. He's looking downfield. Looks like the guy's open, and Corey Raymond just comes over the top and almost picks it off. Good play. Good defensive play.
39 seconds remaining. A good look at Corey Raymond, the sophomore from New Iberia. 3rd and 10 from the 40-yard line. That's Emmitt Smith in motion. And that is Morris throwing. Complete and out of bounds at the 33-yard line. They get it to Emmitt Smith, stopping the clock with 31 seconds remaining. An 8-yard pickup. Not enough for a first down. Stopping the clock with 31 seconds left in the half, and a flag has been thrown.
Watch Emmitt here. Emmitt just gets the ball out in the flat. You've got 2 defenders down here, both are standing waiting for him to make a move because you don't want to go after this guy and miss him. He'll be down the football field on you.
There may have been some motion in the offensive line, some movement just before the snap. They're talking it over with Carl Dunbar, number 63, the senior from Opelousas. He's looking to the sideline for a possible decision on that sideline. It'll be 4th and about 2, I believe, if they don't take the penalty. Illegal procedure against the Gators, declined. It will be now 4th down and about 2, and that's a good call. You don't want to give them an extra down here with 31 seconds remaining.
You want to make them line up and try and go ahead and kick a field goal here on 4th down.
It would be against the wind. They may elect to go for it on 4th down. The wind is in their face. It's a pretty good wind. Although the wind is up on top of the stadium, there really isn't that much wind around the goalpost.
This is a big play for the Tiger defense right here.
Yes, it is.
It's 4th down and 4th and 3. They stop Florida right here. That means LSU gets the ball back.
They've got to get to the 30-yard line. It's just inside the 33. 4th down. A half minute to play in the half. Morris wants to throw for it. To the sideline. It's picked off Jimmy Young at the 12. Young to the 15, on his feet to the 20, gets a good block at the 25, and out of bounds near the 30-yard line with 19 seconds remaining. An 18-yard return for Jimmy Young. And a penalty flag has been dropped. That's the 3rd takeaway now for the Tigers.
10-3 at halftime. Little help, offense. Come on, you guys, you need a little boost over there. You're playing hard on defense.
No, we were, and I think at halftime, I don't know that they were in a passionate speech other than maybe Red Anderson, who was your coach, tight ends coach. And
tight end coach.
He probably was threatening scaldy dogs or hitting the sled.
Or just laps around the field.
Yeah, and defensively, we probably yell at the offense a little bit because, I think we put them in position to score maybe 14, 21 points. But as was par for the course at the time, we were losing by 7 or 6 or whatever. I'm not really good with math, but 10 to 3, I think at that point when actually we should have been up. And but we'd held their offense, and I think
good offense too.
Kyle started out hot, struggled a bit, missed like 5 straight passes. But Emmitt was about as I got a feeling he's going to kind of start rolling a little bit. And, he's the type of player that gets better as the game goes on, and I think Kyle was settling down as well. And actually, I think the offense ends up playing a little bit better in the second half than the defense.
Probably really did.
Yeah, I would have to say this goes to show you what the offense was like before Spurrier. I mean, it is honestly it's 3 and out. I mean, 3 and go and punt. And watching this game, pretty boring. I mean, it really is. We just have no offense.
No.
So this is like sort of what it was like before. So you youngsters out there watching the Gators offense now thinking we were always exciting. This is the way it was before, and just it's brutal.
Pounding defensively, though. So what do you tell your troops there at Coffee County? High school coach, head coach now, Coffee County.
Unfortunately, our offense last year was a lot like this offense. It wasn't very good.
Jerry, Otis is old school, man. He wants 3 yards in a cloud of dust. You know,
No,
like,
don't believe that. I
yeah.
want to score as many points as I can. It takes pressure off the defense.
I used to love watching this guy in high school. Went and watched him there in Knoxville and at UT when you guys came to town. And then, you know, his dad is a heck of a coach, following in his footsteps, but up in Georgia. And you got your dad as your offensive coordinator, right?
That's interesting.
No wonder it's old school.
Yeah.
His dad's like one of the winningest coaches in all of Florida back when they were running like the wing tee and all that. And so you probably have to bend his arm to kind of talk about the forward pass.
Well, actually, you know, he actually threw too much last year, probably.
Really?
We threw like 80% of the time. So it was actually, but we didn't have any running game to balance it out. You know, I mean, if you remember I remember Coach Perry coming last 50-50. I mean, that's the hardest thing to start. That's the hardest thing to stop as a defensive guy. So we're trying to get that balance.
That's hot. We need to call the Coffee County newspaper. That's going to be headlines.
It is.
Odom says Dad throws too much. Headline front page. That's front page material.
Yeah, that'll go over well.
And to finish up what you said, I mean, you were excited about getting Spurrier. Make no mistake, we on this side of the ball, we're real happy to get a guy like that. And there ended up, you know, when he got there, ended up being a little running back named Eric Rhett, who ended up being.
I thought you were going to say Bilkey.
But, well, no, yeah, he was. No, I was going to say Hank Harris, because I think Hank Harris was a running back then, or was it?
He was early 80s. He was early
80s.
Was he early or?
I thought he was early 90s.
Maybe he was middle 80s.
Hank Harris may have been 70s.
Late
I'm
80s.
not quite sure.
Well,
no one really knows.
Another Hank Rome. We'll skip his punt. We're skipping all these punts.
Oh, man. How do you skip Hank Rome?
Hank
Rome may have been the MVP of that team. Seriously, he had a solid 32-yard average.
Solid physique, too.
No, he did, man. The girls were all over Hank.
We love
Rome.
you, though.
We do that. But listen, Hank, I mean, he used to have girl spray to get rid of like bug spray. I mean, he had to keep the girls off of it.
To all the punters we've loved before. Punters, we love you, but we're going to skip your stuff. And on to the second half, when we return, stay right there.
Using only quality ingredients, all Publix premium ice creams are made with your family in mind. Of course, there is one made especially for you. With soft pieces of cookie dough, rich chocolate chips surrounded in a smooth, creamy cookie dough ice cream. We call it Publix Premium Chocolate Chip Cookie Dough Ice Cream. You might simply call it heaven. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Why are you still on dial-up instead of Bell South Fast Access DSL?
It's too expensive for our budget, yeah. I can't afford it. He has a bad job, so.
I work for your dad.
Actually, Bell South Fast Access DSL is as low as $24.95 a month.
Really?
Yeah, but some of those companies will start you off on one. They usually start you at that rate.
Then they hit you with the real price 6 months later.
Not with Bell South. There's no introductory pricing. Guaranteed. It's just $24.95 a month.
Is it really that much faster?
Yeah. Bell South has speeds up to 100 times faster than standard dial-up.
100 times faster?
Oh, that's good.
Wow. That's fast.
So what are you waiting for? Go with Bell South Fast Access DSL today for prices as low as $24.95 a month. And you can even get $75 cash back on select speeds. Plus get a free modem when you order online. So why are you still using dial-up?
Why are we still using dial-up?
I don't know.
I am out of excuses.
Bell South. Listening, answering.
Offense takes over on their own 32-yard line. Good defensive stance for opening the second half. Now the offense has got to get going.
Fuller and Egloff behind Hodson. Moss is wide to the left, Lee wide to the right, and it is Eddie Fuller. Eddie Fuller out to the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. Wrapped up by Tony Rowell. Richardson there as well. Brad Culpepper, the middle guard. One thing about the Tigers tonight, they have been putting a lot of different offensive backfield combinations, and a lot of backs are carrying the football. They should be all fresh for the second half.
That's what they want to do, especially the fullbacks have been effective tonight.
Now it's I-backs. Fuller behind Victor Jones. And it is Fuller with Jones in the lead block across the 40 to 42-yard line. Brought down again by Tony Rowell, number 92, who started the game for Tony McCoy, who's been fighting a virus. He is the right defensive tackle.
Good job by Eddie Fuller in that offensive line for LSU. Fuller's run the ball 5 times for 22 yards. Anytime you have a team that's quick and likes to rush the passer like Florida, you can run the spread draw on them and break somebody in there.
It is 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. 12-12 to play, 3rd quarter. Lead left, Moss right, dropping to throw. Play action. Hodson wants to go deep to Moss, and it's overthrown at the 15. Moss is running down that sideline. He was pretty well covered, though, quite frankly, by Richard Fain.
That was just one thing. I think LSU just wanted to get deep as we take a look at the defense. Tommy Hodson read it and tried to throw deep to Tony Moss. There we see Moss running and out. Fakes it, then just goes up. Defensive back's right there with him. Good defensive play. He's got Moss covered all the way.
You know, it's not a bad first down play because now you've got that defense thinking that and maybe loosening them up a bit.
You have to throw the ball just to make them back off, let them know you have it. The tight end was open that time, Larry, going right down the middle of the football field.
Kinchin is wide left. Fuller is in the slot. Jones is behind Hodson. Jones on the draw, stumbled his way, did not get a good start, and fell to about the 45. Could have picked up more if he had kept his balance.
LSU's been having some success with the draw, the sprint draw to the tailback, and just a straight out draw to the fullback out of the one back set. What they're doing is they're splitting out the tailback, Harvey Williams and Eddie Fuller, spreading out that Florida defense and then running the fullback on the draw underneath it.
As neat touch to the 44. 3rd down conversions, the Tigers only 33%, 3 of 9, and it is 3rd and 9. Eddie Fuller in the slot, Moss in motion. 3 receivers downfield. He'll dump it off short. It's complete but short of a first down as Moss takes it in. Now a flag is dropped at about the 48-yard line. Jerry Odom on the tackle. And I believe this is going to go against the Tigers.
Looks like Jim Hubig's.
Yeah, I don't think he was too happy with the call.
No, I think Hubig's may be flagged here for. It's a dead ball foul. We'll take a look at why Mr. Hubich was unhappy. It's a dead ball foul, so it happened after the whistle. Here's Moss making the catch.
Hubich is 79 at the left
you
part
see
of your
coming
screen.
in, there he is. Good
Boom.
call. He makes a late hit after the man's down, and the official's right on top of it. So it's a dead ball foul. It'll cost LSU 15 yards, and now they've got a punt.
And going deep will be Stacy Simmons to return the kick for Florida. Single safety. The Tigers will go with Brian Griffith, the kicker, number 87. He is a sophomore with a 41-yard average coming into the game. His longest, 49. It is 4th and 20, and he stands back at his own 19-yard line. Simmons is standing back at his own 25. Good rush, it's blocked. Bouncing around at the 23. Scramble for the ball at the 25, and the Gators will have great field position at the 25-yard line. Tim Paulk lined up, number 99. He's normally an inside linebacker. He broke through to get his hands on it.
Well, Larry, you know, in the last part I mentioned that Florida had success coming right up the middle. Here's the snap. You're going to see the pressure come right up the middle. That's why they blocked the football, right up the middle. Good block. Let's take a look at it again. There's a snap. Nobody had blocking there, but he just sidesteps the up back, and he's in for the block.
Yeah, there's really
That's a
two
big
in there,
play.
Paulk and Miles.
That's a big play.
Block punt. It's 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line for Florida. Threatening now here in the 3rd quarter. Emmitt Smith corralled at around the 22. Good defense again for the Tigers. Osbury, 98, maybe have been at the bottom of that pile. I'll tell you what, you can't say enough about the Tiger defense tonight.
I'll tell you, watch Emmitt Smith on this play. He goes in, just shuffles his feet, makes a guy miss, and he's back running straight ahead again. That guy's, I mean, he makes a 2-yard run look so beautiful.
2 wide out to the left side. Mills is one of those 2. Looks like they got Mike Brandon in there too, maybe. And now Alonzo Sullivan. But this will be a running play to the outside and out of bounds. Emmitt Smith could not turn the corner. This defense has been backed up during the entire 1st quarter. Here in the 3rd quarter early, they're backed up, and they just will not give ground.
Defense just keeps coming, and that's what you need when you get down this close. You're telling yourself defensively, if we can just hold them right here, not allow them to get a touchdown, make them kick the field, attempt the field goal, we've done our job. And that's
won
what
the battle, basically.
That's what LSU defense is trying to do here.
It's 3rd and 6 from the 20-yard line. 2 wideouts to the left. I backs Smith, the deep back. Quick handoff up the middle to Cedric Smith. He is corralled at the 18-yard line. Smacked down hard. Burge Osbury, number 98, wrapped him up right away.
And that's the guy we talked about at the beginning of the football game. Watch Burge here. He's just reading, sees the fullback crossing. There he is. Burge Osbury, good job. The experience pays off. He was out last week. Comes up with a big defensive play here.
All right, the holder is Johnny Nichols. He is a quarterback. I doubt if they'll fake it here, though. It is 4th and 4, 34-yard try for Francis. Placement, down, line drive kick, but it is good. And we've got a 10-6 ball game now.
Hey, here's Emmitt. Emmitt, guys. We got to get a shot at Emmitt, right? We guys all agree that if anything good has happened around the University of Florida football program, on the field and off, it all kind of revolves around Emmitt getting it started with these freshmen coming in. Deer in the headlights. What do I do?
The show, Godfrey Miles, Timmy Paulk, Jerry Odom. I mean, there are a lot of kids probably wouldn't be playing.
Kirk Kirkpatrick.
If they're probably a lot of kids wouldn't be playing if Emmitt didn't keep them eligible. Not to mention yourself, who'd probably be digging ditches or pounding rocks somewhere and not working for this fine network. Had he not gotten you through.
Don't look surprised.
Hey, I thought this was for the people. I mean, we got to take care of the people, right?
Well, actually, I tutored Emmitt when I was there. Okay. And now if Emmitt ever has a problem in a car accident or a slip and fall or gets abused by a host of a TV show by getting hit in the leg that it's going to cause lasting injury, then they need to call me, Brad Culpepper, at Morgan & Morgan for the people.
Well, so we know what these two guys are doing now. How about you, Kirk?
I work with a hedge fund. Me and 2 buddies of mine. It's called Viper Capital, and we basically just raise money and manage it in the markets. So that's what we do.
He does a good job. I'm with old boy.
Is he tough enough to call his company Viper?
No, he is. No, and I want to set something straight too as well. A lot of times, and I don't know, in the past it was actually a good thing for me, but a lot of people used to get Kirk and I mixed up. In fact, they still do. It's like, hey Kirk, or hey Brad, and back then it was probably a dig on him, but now it's a little bit dig on me. So I want to set it straight. You're seeing us now at the same time.
Exactly.
We're not the same person.
Nope.
Not Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson type thing. Because they're the same person.
Right.
But we are 2 separate.
But you and Kirk Carruthers are still
related. Kirk Carruthers. That's a whole nother story, man. I love that guy. He was the best linebacker if he were in here in the room. But
you're right. I mean, obviously.
For the people. For you guys. For you guys. Just you guys. Football style. When we come back, more LSU in Florida 1989. This is a good one. You want more offense, I know, but we're getting good football nonetheless. Stay right there.
We salute those in the arena whose faces are testimony to the pure joy of effort and who play with enthusiasm and abandon. Those competitors who go all out for the sweet taste of victory. There's no better place for good times, good sports, and great food than your neighborhood Beef O'Brady's.
Getting ready to kick off John David Francis, who has had 2 field goals tonight. This kick is short and high. Taken at the 23-yard line and straight ahead up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a good return, 13 yards, and it's by Egloff, who will give the Tigers good field position here with 9:22 to play.
Jay Egloff just takes the football and goes right up the field, picks up about 13 yards on the return, and because Galen Hall's beginning to feel just a little better, I think, Larry. He's got 3 points out of a turnover. Would love to have gotten in the end zone, but he'll take the 3.
The only points they've gotten have been on the turnovers. The blocked punt here that gave them the field position, and an intercepted pass that gave them the position for the 3 points in the first quarter. 1st and 10 at the 33, Tigers. Deep handoff, Wyndham. Knifing his way across the 35 to the 36-yard line. So really the blocked punt and an intercepted pass, and the defense was held for only 6 points.
The LSU's offense has really put their defense in a tough situation and turning the ball over in its own territory. Calvin Wyndham's done a good job. He's got 6 carries for 22 yards. LSU's got to get something going. They need to pick up a couple of first downs and get that momentum back offensively.
Moss left, Kinchin right, 2nd down 6 after the 4-yard pickup. Quick pitch out, Wyndham again trying to get outside and can't do it. He's stacked up right away. May have lost a yard or two. Back to the 35-yard line as Godfrey Miles and Mark Murray on that right side just closed it off quickly.
You know, we talked about the team speed of Florida. Watch as Tommy just pitches the ball back to Wyndham. He's running east and west, looking for that seam. There's 1, 2, and pretty soon you'll see 3 or 4 other Gators show up. There they are. And it's tough to run east and west on a team with that much speed.
Godfrey Miles runs the 40 in 4.36. He missed a year to academics. He's making up for it this year. 3rd and 8 at the 35-yard line. Tigers 3 of 10 on 3rd down conversion. Hodson's going to have to run up and then throw, and a flag is dropped. He's got the pass down to about the 43-yard line, but I think the flag, that's short of a first down, by the way, or at least it's very close, but it appears to be short. The flag appears to be against the Tigers anyways. Wyndham makes the catch.
Looks like LSU's going to be penalized here for holding in the offensive line. That time, Tommy had some time. There's the call. It's going to be holding against the Tigers. The thing he's got to do, Hodson's got to do, is when he's got that much time, he's got to step up in there and tuck the ball under his arm and run a little bit. When he only needs 8 yards, that'll put some pressure on those linebackers.
Well, the Gators lead the nation in defense, allowing 169 yards a game. They've given up only 4 touchdowns in 4 games. You can make it 5 in 5 games now with the touchdown in the 2nd quarter by the Tigers. It is a 10-6 ball game. They're debating whether to make it 4th and a yard or take the penalty and make it 3rd and, well, we'll see. 3rd and long yardage. Very long, about 20. All the way back to the 25-yard line. It'll be about 23 for a first down.
I don't know if I'd want to give the LSU team another chance with the football here. I may have just declined the penalty and let it went 4th down and try to get the ball back.
Here's the penalties. Tigers 91 yards in penalties. It is 3rd and 18 to be official. 3rd and 18 from the 25-yard line. Tony Moss lines up in the backfield now and then goes in motion. It'll be Lee, Wyndham, and Moss going deep on the right side. Hodson looks left. Now he's scrambling, buying time, and throwing. He's got to complete to Moss at the 40, spun around and knocked down short of a first down. He had to get to the 43. It'll be a gain of 16, missing the first down by 2. Ephesians Bartley making the tackle, a sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida.
Look at the replay. Tony Moss is coming out in motion. I think Moss just kind of gets lost out there. He's running a deep route. He pulls up. The defensive back just loses it. So he comes back to the football. Now Tony catches the ball right here and goes upfield. He's got the first down. He needs to get upfield. Know where that first down marker is. He's got to get up there and get it.
Tigers punting again. The last one was blocked. Looking to kick this time is Bourgeois. And Bourgeois gets it off the side of his foot, angling to the sidelines and out of bounds. They're going to mark it up now, probably around the 33 or so. They're walking it up. Oh, it's even further than that, 36-yard line. Not a good kick, 23 yards. The Tigers are having trouble in the kicking game tonight.
That time it just went off the side of Bourgeois' foot.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Florida football. Quick out. No, it's incomplete. Through behind Emmitt Smith. He would have been hit right away by Corey Raymond. In fact, that's pretty much of a dangerous pass. If he leads him, Corey Raymond might take it the other way for a quick 6. 2nd and 10 from the 36. Play action. Morris, a lot of time, is going to go deep and go for it all. Little jostling around the 25-yard line, but no flag. Incomplete as Jimmy Young played it well, and he was getting bumped around by Mills.
Oh, that time it was a good play by Jimmy Young. He was in good position. He had his man covered. The ball was underthrown. You'll see the receiver come back for the football, and that's where the big plays come. Should have been a reception. He should have had the football.
Looked like he bumped off a Young, though, to come back for the football.
Jimmy Young's got to get some help out of his free safety. That free safety's got to get over there and take that ball away underneath one, especially when you've got a cornerback like Young who's got excellent coverage deep.
A sign on the scoreboard here, not enough stickum. I think the stickum came from the defensive side, too. Remember that. 10-6 to score. It is 3rd and 10 from the 36. Dropping back under pressure from James. It is incomplete. Clint James was coming up to Barry Morris and hurried the throw.
I'll tell you what, it's a good thing that Corey Raymond slipped, or that's an interception for LSU.
The Tigers will get it back again. Todd Kinchin and Jimmy Young will go deep. The Gators will be kicking into a win with Hank Roan. Yeah, the Tigers fans are fired up as always in Tiger Stadium. Great night for football. Roan's kick is partially blocked. It's going to fly down to about the 35-yard line. The Tigers have it. And with the football running around, looked like Anthony Williams may have blocked it. The ball came down, and the Tigers were trying to get some more yardage out of it. It was a great move for the Tiger defense. Each team now has blocked a punt. Adams returned it, as you see him there, number 21, and he almost broke it open.
He comes right up the middle and gets his hand out. Great block. He got back, stepped up and hit him, and he just stuck his hand out and made an excellent block on the football. LSU's in good field position here.
Each team has had an interception. Each has had a fumble lost, and each has had a blocked punt now. Here's a handoff straight ahead. Down to about the 30-yard line is Eddie Fuller on a first down play.
Good job of running by Eddie Fuller inside. LSU's just running out of the eye right here. What they want to do is get something going, Larry. It's important to the Tiger offense now. The defense has played well, giving them the football back in scoring position. You've got to take it in the end zone.
Second down and 6 after a 4-yard gain. Victor Jones, the up back. Eddie Fuller, the deep back. It is Fuller with a lead block by Jones inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Mark Murray with a stop. The Gator defense #1 in the nation, and their backs are against the wall now.
I'll tell you, it was interesting that time I looked out there. Tony Moss was the guy who had single coverage on him. Alvin Lee was the guy who had double coverage, had one man outside, one inside of him. Tommy Hudson may want to come back to that formation and try to hit Tony Moss coming across the middle.
Hutchinson, Rodrigue, Miller, Hubitz, and Packnett. The offensive line for the Tigers. Halliburton, the tight end. But right now, he's not in. Yes, he is. He's on the right side. Dropping to throw on 3rd and 4. Complete. Fuller down and out of bounds at the 21. There is a penalty flag down in the offensive backfield.
Looks like it's going to be one of those holding penalties against LSU again.
It would have been a first down just short of the 20-yard line. Tommy's a bit upset, and rightfully so. It's got to be frustrating to get the first down but have it called back.
The Tigers have hurt themselves. Last week against Ohio University, they had a lot of penalties, and this week they come back offensively again, and they've hurt themselves with big penalties at the wrong time.
11 penalties, 101 yards in penalties against the Tigers.
And they've got to be, they're real fortunate to be ahead by 4 points in this ball game with all the drives that they've killed themselves on penalties.
The word here tonight in the locker room, should the Tigers win, will be overcoming adversity, because they have certainly had enough of it tonight. It is 3rd and 14 from the Gator 38-yard line. Jones behind Hodson. No play action, just a straight drop back and complete to Eddie Fuller to the 25-yard line. Very close to a first down, but short. A 12-yard pickup. They needed 14. It'll be a short 2 and a long 1 for a first down.
Coach Mike Archer right here, you've got to go ahead and go for the 2 yards.
And it is fourth down.
Got to go for the 2 yards on 4th down.
The wind is to your back. A field goal, though, would give you a 7-point lead.
Well, if you go ahead and pick up the first down right here, puts you in good shape. LSU needs to go ahead on and call a timeout. They've got 10 seconds left on the clock. They shouldn't try to run this play, Larry. They should just call a timeout and talk this thing over.
Down to 5, down to 4. Willie Williams came in. Down to 2, down to 1. They got the play away. Straight ahead and won't get it. Did not get the first down. Huey Richardson plugged the hole for the Gators.
LSU should have called the timeout and just went ahead to the sideline and talked it over. This is a big play in the ball game.
Mike Archer was trying to get the timeout called from the sideline.
And that's a problem when you can't run the play like that. You see him talking to Tommy Hudson, his quarterback. Mike's probably saying, listen, you're the senior, you're the leader out there. Call a timeout and let's talk about this thing.
Tommy was upset with himself. He realized it, I believe, when he looked up and saw that clock as he took the snap.
So the Gators are going to take over right here. It was a big play for the LSU offense.
Only a 9-yard drive as the Tigers had it 3 downs and went for it on 4th and didn't get it. They got 9 yards on 4 downs. Handoff right side. Tiger defense tough again. Out at around the 32-yard line. Carl Dunbar looks like the last to get up. 3:54, clock moving, 3rd quarter. Kyle Morris, the sophomore quarterback from Clinton, Mississippi, fractured a finger last year after being the starter, missed a game and came back. He's a redshirt sophomore. And now 2nd and 7 with I-backs at the 29-yard line. Emmitt Smith, who else? Across the 30 to about the 31. And it's Juan Sendoya. And he's having a big night, I'm sure, or at least feeling like it. He wants to play a lot more than he has tonight, I'm sure. With Mike Merla out, not able to play anymore, he had a chance to start and play. Tonight, he's playing against, of course, a team from Florida, and he is from Miami. Here's Tommy Hodson talking upstairs.
So Tommy's on the phone upstairs with offensive coordinator Ed Zonnebrecher, and they've got to be talking about that play and the timeout he should have called.
3rd down now and 4 yards to go from the 32. Morris on a straight drop back to the sideline. He didn't have anybody there. Incomplete. I think Mills may have broken off the wrong pattern. He wanted it down and out to get the 1st down, and Mills was flying down the sideline.
That's just a case of the quarterback reading one thing from the secondary and the wide receiver seeing something else. And so Mills saw that the defensive back was going to play the short out route. He took it upfield, and Morris didn't see it, so he threw the out route. So lucky that somebody didn't intercept that ball.
All right, in punt formation again is Roan. Young and Kinchin are deep. Low snap. That last one was blocked. This one won't be. It's a beautiful spiral. All the way down to the 25-yard line is Kinchin trying to find somewhere to go, and flags are thrown all over the place. Then he gets collared around the neck. Could be a face mask. He got nailed and ripped.
Well, that defense still having a good time. A defense that stops an offense on 4th down, an offense led by
Ed Zonnebrecher. Yeah, Florida guy. I coached with him for a year. Not sure that was a great call on 4th and 1. They were trying to call a timeout, but they'd run that lead. I remember they'd run that lead a bunch on short yardage.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we saw that lead a bunch when he was coaching at Florida. I guess that's why he's like elsewhere. Maybe that was kind of Jeff Bowden-esque. Although, aren't we glad he's still there?
Yeah, we all are glad.
Yeah,
Jeff
no problem.
Coach Z's up at Purdue now. The quarterback coach is he?
I think he is. I think he was a Zucker for a year at Illinois, and then he went to Purdue recently.
Right, just moving all over.
Put all your money on the Boilermakers.
How about Pep? Pep is he's a crushing machine today, trying to kill something. Has he always been like that, or is it just since he's been making these good commercials here?
You know, the first couple of years he was fairly quiet. I think he sort of came into his own. I guess his sophomore year a little bit. You know, freshman year.
Actually, right after this game.
Maybe just right after this game.
Who hosted you? Who hosted you?
I got him. Jason Lambert actually hosted me, and Jason, remember, his stud linebacker. Actually had bad knees. We were talking earlier about the harem Mr. Kirkpatrick used to run around. He was very impressive.
Very impressive.
When he was at Florida, he had a bevy of women around him all the time, and we were all there just thinking, man, if that guy can do it, surely we can. And you know, we were never quite as lucky as old boy over here. I mean, he really had a way with words. But Jason Lambert actually was in the Kirk Kirkpatrick vein of having a lot of a bevy of women, and so he was pretty influential when I went there. Of course, we all know why Kirk went there. I mean, that was the Galen Hall post Charlie Pell days. I mean, heck, look at that nice suit he's wearing. That's probably all.
Yeah,
still coming in
circa
from that.
1985, and you know, it's gotten me by the past 20 years. Very nice.
Actually, he got him a T-shirt that said "Relax." How about you, Odom? Was it a tough choice for you?
Wait, funny story about him.
Let's talk Odom for 1 second. Time out.
I'm gonna make fun of him. Pink shorts. What'd you wear on your first day of class?
That's true.
A pink tank top with like a lime green tie. It was horrible.
A tank top with a tie?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't ask me why.
That's worthy of interrupting. I apologize.
That's
worthy. I apologize.
A tank top with a tie?
Horrible idea.
Did you have the lime?
And dolphin shorts? Did you have dolphin shorts?
I think I had my Crockett outfit on.
Oh my God.
Sort of the Crockett campus wear.
Wow.
Miami Vice was big back then.
Yeah. Wow. But hey, if you have the harem, I guess
it works. He had a mustache too. He got the goatee working. He only had the Jake Plummer mustache.
Little public school mustache going. Oh man.
It looked good.
Wow. How about you, Odom? Recruiting.
Shoot, I was just happy that they wanted me. Easier, but it was an easy decision for me because, you know, Dad played there, Mom went there, my wife went there, sister went there, so it was easy for me.
I got a pretty good recruiting story. Wore 44. I wore 44 because of Boz. I still like Boz, even, you know, some things. We got a Boz story.
No. We got a love fest here. You
were a Boz fan?
No, I spent a summer with him.
What?
Out in California, yeah.
Wow,
got drafted.
That's in part 2. We got to roll on. Let me
if he
tell
came
my
in here,
story
you could have a
real
nice
quick.
Boz sandwich over there.
But listen to this 44 story. You'll like this story. So I wore 44, you know, grew up in Texas, and in junior high, that, you know, Boz was up there doing his thing in Oklahoma. Man, I had the stripes. I was the Boz kid, just loving it. And 44 was my number, and wore it. One of the reasons I came to Florida, because Fee Bartley, who's running around making some plays, and stop it. I knew you were going to say that, man. I'm trying to be nice. With the 44, I wanted to come and wear the number 44, so I'm wearing it. And I guess after my second year, I'm talking, Brad. I'm going to sue your ass. And I'm talking, and so after a couple years, Daryl Bush, who was a heck of a linebacker from the Orlando area,
Florida State guy,
comes on a recruiting trip, and I was his host. And I'm showing them around, and you know, you go down in the locker room, and everyone's got their jersey and their number they wear in high school with the name across the back. Well, Daryl wore 44. Right. We go down there, and I'm with him and his family, and there's the 44 Bush, you know, the Bates 44, and Coach Spurrier comes up, it's like, yeah, shoot, there's Daryl. And his mom says to Coach Spurrier, says, you know, Daryl's worn 44 his whole life, and he would like to wear 44 in college. And Coach looks at me and goes, Batesy, you wear 44, don't you? I said, yes, sir. He goes, you want to give it up? I said, no, sir. He goes, well, looks like you won't be wearing 44 if he's a Gator. So he's like, you know, like for all of his quirks, man, he'll take care of you. And you know, he went to FSU and had a great career and wore 44. You know, it's a strong number.
Sometimes it's all about the number.
That's right.
All about the number. All right, let's skip the final LSU drive. When we come back, we'll start that fourth quarter. LSU and Florida, big one in '89. Stay right there.
Other burgers are circular or rectangular, but the steak burger is spatula.
Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers.
Imagine an internet where the possibilities are wide open, where there's more to communications than just email, where you can easily look at movies and video, or look in on the kids. This is the internet of instant downloads and instant gratification, of digital pictures and digital music. This is the internet you haven't experienced. Why? Because you're on dial-up. See what the internet was meant to be. Get Bell South Fast Access DSL for as low as $24.95 a month. Sign up for lightning fast internet and get $75 cash back on select speeds. Plus, order online and you can get a free DSL modem. Bell South, listening, answering.
Now it's the Gators, faced with 2nd and 5 at the Tiger 49-yard line. Long count, Morris, quick handoff, Cedric Smith to about the 47-yard line. That defense converging quickly on him. Getting off the bottom, Oliver Lawrence, number 99, outside linebacker.
That time, Sandoya had a shot at Smith before he got to the line of scrimmage, and he just missed the tackle and allowed him to pick up some yards.
14:37 remaining in this game. We're early in the fourth quarter, and the Gators faced with 3rd and 3 at the Tiger 47. Defensive struggle in Tiger Stadium. Crowd coming to life. Tie it in on the left side. Handoff. Emmitt Smith breaks through a hole, a little bit of a one, and gets it down to about the 41-yard line. Looks like a first down. And let's go down to the sideline with Jordy Hultberg.
Well, thank you, Larry. If you take a look at the picture right now, you'll see with his helmet on, Harvey Williams. He's been missing a few rotations offensively. The doctors tell me he's pulled his groin muscle again. Although he has his helmet on, that means he still wants to play. It's doubtful if he'll get back in the ballgame. Back to you.
You know, he only had one carry against Florida State. Had a nice hurdling run and then had to go to the sideline. Smith tonight, 86 yards on 22 carries, averaging 3.8. That's almost 2 yards less per carry than he's averaged for his career. Dropping to throw on 1st and 10 to the sideline and complete and out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Jimmy Young defensively covering on Lomack, the speedster, and Lomack takes in a 21-yard reception.
Larry, what a play. I mean, we'll take a look at it from the end zone. Morris drops back to pass. You'll see Clint James come free, almost gets there. Now watch the throw. The receiver's not even looking, just looks up, and there's the football. Good coverage by Jimmy Young, but it was a great throw by Morris. He got it off just in time before he was, Clint James was right there to make the sack. Good catch, first down.
Lomack has a 38-inch vertical leap, so you can throw it up high, and he can come down with it from Leon High School in Tallahassee. 1st and 10 at the Tiger 19, and maybe too loud for the quarterback Morris to make the play. He's going to call a timeout. Did not like the defense that he saw. But the Gators, 1st and 10 and threatening at the 19-yard line.
LSU defense got to come up with a big play right here. If they could just, again, they've been doing it all night, letting Florida get down inside their own inside the LSU territory, and having to play big. Now the defense has got to come up with a big play on 3 downs and stop them right here. 1st and 10 from the 19.
Mills goes wide left, Sullivan wide right. Eye backs for the Gators. Quick pitch, Smith. Up the middle, big hole and running free. Touchdown, Florida. A 19-yard run straight ahead. They've been playing so tough inside, but that time they were beaten.
You know, I talked earlier about how Emmitt Smith likes to get the ball out of the eye and choose where he's going to go. Here's a split that double the nose guard. Emmitt goes in there, he sees the hole, cuts back. Great vision, takes the ball right up the middle. Touchdown. Emmitt Smith carried the ball 23 times for 106 yards. That's just a great piece of running by a running back that has great vision. He started one way, stopped, and came back.
A big extra point here, and it is good. It is now a 13-10 game. Florida with a 3-point lead, but 13:41 to play. Now, we said at the top of the show to look out for the stats during that 4th quarter from Emmitt Smith, because the Gators are 15-4 in games in which he has rushed over 100 yards.
I tell you, as we saw right there, that was just a great piece of running by Emmitt Smith.
13-10. 13:41 to play. Gators with a 3-point lead. Here's the approach and the kick. This one will be taken by Kinchin. He's out to the 25, makes a nice cutback and gets it downfield pretty well to about the 37-yard line. A 22-yard return for Todd Kitchen.
That time looked like Kinchin might break that one, but he just couldn't get past the Florida people coming down on the kick return.
He's a redshirt sophomore from Trafton Academy here in Baton Rouge. Of course, missed a year due to injury. We'll take a look at that scoring drive. 5 plays, 54 yards. There really hasn't been a long drive in this game. It's been a game of field position. Only a minute and a half of the drive consumed and a 19-yard run. Here's Eddie Fuller twisting his way to about the 38-yard line. And that's not much, maybe a yard. Maybe he may have gotten to the 39.
It's a good job of running for Eddie just to get back to the line of scrimmage or to pick up any yards on that play. Florida got good penetration that time from the defensive front on the LSU offense.
I want to thank Randy Hayden and David Hayden in the booth here. Randy, of course, helping us with the stats. David with the spotting. It is now 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 38. 13 minutes to play. A lot of time. That's Victor Jones in the backfield behind Hodson, who stepped up. And now Hodson dances a bit, unloads it. It'll go incomplete. Tried to go down to look like Todd Kinchin. And now he's talking. Let's go down to the sideline with Jordy Hultberg and get this update report.
It's been the 4th quarter blues for LSU, gentlemen. As we look at the graphic, you'll see that LSU, for the first time all year long against opponents, has been outscored in the 4th quarter. They're being outscored by a total of 35-20. Needless to say, depth is a factor. The Tigers need a drive, and they need it now to keep their defense off the field, gentlemen.
And they're faced with a 3rd and 9, and they have missed their last 3 pass attempts from Tommy Hodson, and he'll throw again now on 3rd and 9, or will he? He's got open room and running. 45-50. Slides to a first down at the Gator 45-yard line. A good move and a 17-yard pickup. A smart move to get down. Win by a point. Now 1st and 10. Hodson going incomplete. No, it's going to be intercepted. Went to the hands of Kinchin and is picked off by Richard Bain. The second pickoff of the night for Florida as a flag is dropped to the far sideline and a 4-yard return on the intercept.
That should have been a reception. Good pass by Tommy Hodson. Just went right through the hands of his receiver. Anytime a ball's tipped like that, defensive backs usually come up with it.
And there's 12 minutes to play. Eye backs, crowd coming alive. Boy, a noisy crowd. Simmons in motion. Handoff, Emmitt Smith to about the 18. Again, it was Ventress there. Walkup was there. And always Carl Dunbar, number 63. You run that side, you're going to see Carl Dunbar.
Got Carl Dunbar in there, but Florida's sitting on a 3-point lead. Now they're backed up in their own territory. We're going to see a lot of Emmitt Smith coming out of that. They're just going to hand the ball to him and try to get him to move the ball forward.
He's got a thigh bruise. Do you believe that? I hate to see him when he's really healthy.
He's also carried the ball 24 times, about 110 yards.
2nd down and 6 from the 18-yard line. Again, it's Emmitt Smith. This time he's stacked up with nowhere to go. Tried the other side of the line, and you had Osbury there, 98. Looked like maybe Ventress, 53. Williams came up, Raymond came up, but I believe it might have been Ventress and Osbury that really stacked him up early.
I'll tell you, the guy who deserves a lot of credit for that is number 70, Clint James. They run the power over there, and he just stands his guy up. There's no place for Emmitt Smith to go.
You know, a lot of times that guy won't get credit for the tackle, but it's his play that allowed his teammate to get credit for the hit.
Great play by the defensive tackle on that play.
3rd down and 6 from the 18-yard line. Straight drop back for Morris. Has time, throws complete. Mills, big hit, but he gets the first down out to the 38-yard line. Wayne Williams and Corey Raymond were there. A 20-yard pickup for Mills. And a big first down for the Gators.
That time Mills just comes off the line of scrimmage, gets inside of the defensive back. Now the defensive back thinks he's got help. Where's the free safety? That's Corey Raymond. He's a little bit late getting over there. The pass is completed.
At the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 Gators, 10 minutes, 23 seconds remaining. Morris looks over the defense, taking a lot of time with wideouts left and right in a split backfield, offset a bit. Handoff Emmitt Smith, and this time he powers his way out to about the 45-yard line. Verge Osbury, 98. One of the guys that get to him, a senior from New Iberia. Let's find out about Ruffin Rodrigue. Let's go to the sideline now with Jordy Hultberg in this update.
Well, Larry, Ruffin took a helmet to his lower back. He said no problem. He's going to be back in the ballgame. The only problem is the Tigers have to find a way to stop Emmitt Smith. 4th quarter, the great ones get better. Emmitt putting on a show. Gentlemen, back to you.
Tigers need one of those 3-point bombs from a Jordy Hultberg position just to get the tie and maybe 2 of them to win. 9.5 minutes to go. Nowhere to go for Cedric Smith. I want to tell you right now, David Walkup, who had 10 tackles last week in his first start, came up to greet him that time and said, "You're not going to go anywhere," and he didn't.
That's good play by the nose guard up here. He squeezes up to the front side. Nothing's there, and Walkup comes from the backside when Cedric Smith tries to cut back. Good play.
You can see Booty there too, number 95. There's Walkup from the Woodlands, Texas. He is a redshirt freshman.
Good job by Booty, just stopping the center and not allowing any movement up front.
Inside 9 minutes to play. 3rd down 3. At the 45-yard line, and the second timeout will be called by the Florida Gators. They'll have 1 remaining. And it is 13-10. Florida leading by 3. We'll keep it right here.
Tell you what, that's a good timeout by Carl Morris. He came up that time, looked at his 25-second clock. The clock was down to about 2 seconds, Larry. Tell you, that was a good timeout by Kyle Morris. I mean, he came up to the line of scrimmage, and the young quarterback, he wouldn't have time to get the play off and called a timeout. This is a big play for the Florida offense. If LSU can stop them right here and get the football back, the Tigers have got a shot.
That's what hurts so much about the 20-yard pickup on 3rd down. Timeouts remaining. LSU 2 and Florida 1. There's the clock. 8:52. It is 3rd and 3 at the 45. Cedric Smith, the up back. The fake there. Play action pass over the middle. Tipped and incomplete. The Tigers will get the ball back with a punt. Oh, baby, that was close. Harvey Thomas, the tight end, just could not hang on to that ball.
It's almost intercepted, and then it's almost completed. You see Morris here does the thing. He's got guards pulling people up front. He fakes it to Emmitt Smith, rolls a little bit, tries to hit his tight end, just couldn't pull it in. Just a little high and couldn't put it in. He had him open.
Jimmy Young is deep. 4th and 3. The snap back, no rush. The return is on. Young at his 18. Up to about the 24, maybe the 25 on just battling in second effort. 35-yard kick, 6-yard return. The Tigers now with 8:35 remaining at their own 25-yard line. A lot of time and a lot of yards, but a lot of time remaining.
Well, the LSU's just got to keep in mind offensively that you don't need to go for the big play. There's no sense to try to go deep. Take the 5, 6, maybe 10 yards a shot. Move it down the field. Once you get off the 40-yard line, you've got a good kicker. Take your time and get in scoring position.
In motion, Fuller. A lot of time for Hodson on the run. Complete out to about the 34-yard line. Like Alvin Lee on the receiving end. Hodson had a lot of time rolling out that way and looked like he could run or pass, and he elected to throw.
Excellent call by Coach Sean Brecker and the offensive staff of LSU. See Thomas 10 of 17, 125 yards. The 1 interception on the last drive. When you're getting a lot of pressure on your quarterback, you want to either keep people in or start to sprint him out, roll the pocket a little bit, get him outside away from those guys rushing from the inside.
Those stats are even more impressive when you realize that Florida only allows 70 yards passing a game, actually 69.3. Second down, a yard to go after the 9-yard pickup. Fuller in motion again, inside handoff. Egloff picks up the first down out to the 37-yard line. Tigers moving the football. Look like they're very confident right now.
That's what they've got to do, and the senior quarterback has got to take control of the offense now. He's got to just settle everybody down and say, let's just pick it up a little bit at a time, guys. What they need right now, LSU's got to get first downs and not try to hit the home run ball. Florida, on the other hand, defensively, they're going to be coming off the defensive line to try to rush the passes. So sprint Tommy Hodson out. It's a smart move.
Lee wide right, Moss wide left. Fuller in motion. Hodson. It is complete to Moss. Near midfield, and he gets to midfield and a first down. With 7:33 to play, a 12-yard pickup. Tony Moss, who has had somewhat of a quiet night, comes up with a big catch here.
Good play by Tony Moss. If you're watching, we've got the replay here. Tommy Hodson takes a good drop. He's looking for Tony Moss. Now watch Moss come back to the football. He pulls up, comes back to the football, does a good job making a guy miss him, and just picks up some extra yards. He's tough once he gets the football in his hands. And
he gets a block from Ronnie Halliburton downfield. 5 receptions now for 44 yards. 7:17 to play. First down from midfield. Hodson with time. Throws, and, well, this one won't be much of anything. Eddie Fuller on the receiving end. Pat Moore right there to make the hit. He's an inside linebacker, and, well, they're going to give him really a forward progress where he caught the ball, I guess, inside Gator territory near the 48.
Well, Tommy got away with one that time. He forced it into Eddie Fuller with the linebacker standing right there. Tommy's got to be a little more patient. If he just steps up in the pocket, he's got people falling around him. He just needs to slide one way or the other and step up in the pocket, and he'll find some time to throw the ball. Fuller 4 receptions for 58 yards.
6:40 to play. Here's a handoff. The ball pops loose. Big scramble. Culpepper may have gotten it.
I think number 74, Robert Packnick, was alert and got on the football that time. It looks like the Tigers are going to get it back.
Boy, if he did, and he indeed did. What a play Robert pulled off there.
Great play. See, a draw play to Egloff. He's trying to get extra yards right here. Got that hand down, somebody hits him and knocks the football out.
And Culpepper was right there 50, but it was Robert Packnick, the right tackle, who's playing the right side his normal position. He has switched to left to begin the year, but is back to right with Raymond Smoot being out with surgery.
Good heads-up play by Robert Packnick.
It brings up, however, 3rd down and 8 at the 48 of the Gators. 5:57 to play. Clock is moving. Egloff is stepping up to hear the signal and to pick up a possible blitz. Hodson throwing, penalty flag. Pass is incomplete. Incomplete, nearly intercepted, intended for Fuller, but a flag went down. Will White on the coverage.
Tommy Hodson signaled it's going to be against Florida. Look like we got a face mask.
Oh, it's a big
against
call.
The Gators. It is a big call.
It would be 4th and 8 from the 48.
Here's the play. See Tommy getting the ball. He's backing it. That's number 71.
Tony McCoy.
Gets his hands up on the face mask.
And that was against Ruffin Rodrigue, who is back in there. We're glad to see that. But we're not glad to see the face. Well, I guess we are glad as long as he doesn't get hurt.
Once those defensive linemen come off and gets his hands up in the face mask, that's an automatic one. They're going to call it on you. Remember a long time ago, the pro defensive lineman used to use that old head slap. It caused a lot of problems for offensive people.
A big first down at the 33 of the Gators. 5:47 to play. Tigers with the ball and first down by 3 at 13-10.
Larry, the thing here, LSU, they're in good position now. They've got a good kicker. They've got the penalties, 6 for 64 yards against the Gators. LSU, 12 penalties, 112 yards. The Tigers can't get conservative with their offense. They've got to try to get the touchdown.
Victor Jones and Eddie Fuller behind Hodson. Kinchin is wide to the right and Moss wide to the left. The handoff, Victor Jones tries to cut back and slipped really and got down to about the 32-yard line. Jerry Odom, again, who's had an outstanding game as an inside linebacker for Florida.
You know, when you get down to this close to the opponent's goal line, a good play here is to take the quarterback, Tommy Hodson, sprint him out with some lead blockers, make sure he gets the corner, give him a little bit of an option, whether to throw the football to a receiver if he's open, to tuck it and run. I think that's effective when you do that, especially with Tony Moss and Alvin Lee split out to the same side.
And that's what you've got now with Lee and Moss on the left side, 2nd and 9. Hodson with time over the middle, overthrows a wide open Fuller. Fuller broke free at about the 10-yard line up the middle. Just overthrown. Oh, baby, that was close.
Watch Tommy Hodson. Watch his feet here. Tommy's just a little nervous. He should just stand out just like that, but get the ball into Eddie Fuller. Eddie's got a linebacker on him. You're not going to cover Eddie Fuller with a linebacker.
And that was Odom. 32-yard line, 3rd and 9 with 5:07 to play. 13-10 Florida. Tigers threatening at the Gator 32. Fuller in the slot left with Moss. To the sideline, it's intercepted at the 15-yard line. It was underthrown this time. He was trying to go to Halliburton. This time he just underthrew him, and it was picked off by Godfrey Miles, the outside linebacker, number 98.
Well, Godfrey Miles had come off, and he was playing. Got an illegal procedure against LSU, will be declined. The Gators will take over first down.
Big Godfrey Miles making things happen. Always made things happen in that orange and blue, didn't he?
Oh, he was pretty good player.
No, he was a freak.
Yeah, he was a freak.
He was a freak before the freak was the freak? So he was
the
first
he's
freak.
the original freak.
No,
didn't he win the 100 meters coming out of high school or something at 2:30? Won the 100 meters in the state of Florida.
Where did he go to high school?
He's Carroll City guy. Him and Tim Paulk and
see, Coach Red getting all those guys. They talked about Coach Red Anderson. He was
talking about a
big
recruiter.
going down.
Yeah, he was Mr. Miami back then.
He should still be down there
Nickel.
recruiting, or he should be recruiting for the Gators for Miami because there's nobody that knows Miami better than Red.
Pretty impressive.
They love Coach Red. Coach Red, when he was let go there at one point, everybody on the team wore those red sweatbands and honor all the, especially the guys from Miami. Love Coach Red. Coach Red is actually selling real estate up there in Gainesville.
Is it?
Going into Gainesville, go
Good
take
for
care
Red.
of
You can
Coach
actually-
Red. No, Coach Red, he stayed on that sidelines, but it's time to let the cat out of the bag. If you don't know, some stuff is about to go down after this game, right?
Yeah, and we have no idea. Matter of fact, speaking of Red, I think he was the end up being the sole survivor of the whole thing.
I think you're right.
When everything hit the fan, of course it didn't happen immediately, but when the new ball coach came in, I think Red was the only one that was retained. They had a connection at Florida together. But yeah, we have no idea at this point. We're playing hard ball. We're trying to win a football game, and it's going to be against LSU over there. Nobody knows what's fixing to happen.
What did happen, Jerry? On Sunday, you're going to a special teams meeting.
I just remember going to special teams meeting at 2:30, and we're watching like a
2:30. How about this memory, man? Go ahead.
Yes, NFL. We're watching the NFL before Red comes in because you couldn't be late for Red's meeting. Well, he's getting closer. He usually shows up early, doesn't show. Well, all of a sudden, Coach Hall's picture pops up on CBS Sports, and it says he's just been fired. And we're all sitting there looking at each other. Nobody's told us anything.
In that same meeting room you guys met in, I mean, they used to put the
right.
I remember that. They was shocked everybody. No,
yeah,
it was like
shocked.
a joke. After this game, Galen was fairly emotional, and we always thought it was because of the way the game went. But apparently he had other pressing issues that were
that nobody else knew about. I mean, we obviously had no idea.
So first Galen goes down, and then, well, Kyle Morris is right behind him.
Absolutely. Kyle, Shane, Jay Mangus, and Brady Ackerman. Yeah. Anybody else? Want to leave anybody else?
No. A lot of people don't remember that Shane was a part of that gambling crew.
Yeah.
And that was a total Shanghai by the university. You know, there was a threat of FBI, CIA, Secret Service, all going to come in, and all these guys are going to go to jail for 17 years.
The whole thing was a joke. They should never got kicked off the team.
It was a bad whole. That whole last 4 weeks or 5 weeks of the season or whatever was just ridiculous. It was one thing after another after another.
I mean, all things happen for a reason,
That's
I
right.
reckon, because had that not happened, I tell you what, with Kyle Morris, even without Galen, Kyle was really coming on and playing well. I was actually his roommate. Very laid back, a strong arm, actually kind of reminiscent of Shane as far as his attitude. He was not, you didn't rattle Kyle very much.
He's a Mississippian.
No, he was a Mississippi guy from Clinton, Mississippi. I remember I went to spring break with one time Clinton, Mississippi, but the girls in Jackson were pretty hot. Anyway, but Kyle was real laid back, and had he not been suspended, then that fifth string guy who also got suspended, which people don't remember, would probably never.
Well, they do now.
Well, they do now, but they would. Shane would not have.
There you go, dude.
Shane would not have gotten the opportunity because Kyle would have done really well. Now, you know, in the quick sense, in the battles, we ended up winning the war, losing the battle, but had Kyle not been suspended, we'd have won a bunch more ball games. Because the guys who came in
might be still the head coach of Florida.
He may be, but the guys who came in that were not Kyle were not Kyle, and we can see Kyle was getting better, but it's not like Kyle was Johnny Unitas. So the guys that came in to replace him were not even close to how good
Donald
Kyle
Douglas was a great athlete, but certainly not a quarterback.
No. So this being the 5th game of the season, this is really the last game of the season, and like you said earlier, the last game before the new era, the Spurrier era, even though the rest of the season in the bowl game, it's Spurrier time after
the
that.
whole world as we knew it was about to flip upside down. And same with the Gator Nation.
That's right.
Who knows what would have happened if they kept winning? If Gary would have kept winning, SOS may never have made it down.
Shoot, never seen that visor.
No.
Wow. All right, we'll wrap this up when we come back. Still a good ball game. Very close in Death Valley. Stay right there.
Using only quality ingredients, all Publix premium ice creams are made with your family in mind. Of course, there is one made especially for you. With soft pieces of cookie dough, rich chocolate chips surrounded in a smooth, creamy cookie dough ice cream. We call it Publix Premium Chocolate Chip Cookie Dough Ice Cream. You might simply call it heaven. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Poker Superstars 3 on FSN. The kings and queens of poker royalty face off in a star-studded duel for over $1.2 million.
Yes!
Poker Superstars 3, Sunday on FSN.
Why are you still on dial-up instead of Bell South Fast Access DSL?
It's too expensive for our budget, yeah. I can't afford it. He has a bad job, so.
I work for your dad.
Actually, Bell South Fast Access DSL is as low as $24.95 a month.
Really?
Yeah, but some of those companies will start you off on one. They usually start you at that rate.
Then they hit you with the real price 6 months later.
Not with Bell South. There's no introductory pricing. Guaranteed. It's just $24.95 a month.
Is it really that much faster?
Yeah. Bell South has speeds up to 100 times faster than standard dial-up.
100 times faster?
Oh, that's good.
Wow. That's fast.
So what are you waiting for? Go with Bell South Fast Access DSL today for prices as low as $24.95 a month. And you can even get $75 cash back on select speeds. Plus get a free modem when you order online. So why are you still using dial-up?
Why are we still using dial-up?
I don't know.
I am out of excuses.
Bell South. Listening, answering.
So it'll be Florida's football at their own 12-yard line. Tigers with 2 timeouts remaining. Florida with 1, 5:01 to play. Still a lot of time, but the Tigers can play stout defense as they have done all night tonight. High backs, who else? Emmitt Smith. He's the guy who got a key on, and that's what Burge Osbury did, and stopped him short of the 15-yard line. Let's go down to Jordy Hultberg now on the sideline.
Well, Larry, with only 4:50 to go and counting, you can feel the sense of urgency down here. It's got to be 3 and out. The Tigers need the ball back. You can bet they'll milk Emmitt Smith for all he's worth.
Now Lomack comes in from the sideline with a play, number 20. He's a senior from Tallahassee.
He's got an official timeout. I think one of the Tigers seem to be limping. Looks like Oliver Lawrence. He'll make it off.
Yeah, they're going to bring in Cornelius.
LSU's got to be defensively, really got to be careful here now. Florida may decide to fake it to Emmitt Smith and throw a little safe pass, so you've got to be careful. You can't just go after Emmitt.
Shannon Cornelius checks in with 4.5 to go. 2nd down and 7. Deep handoff again and nowhere to go. Corralled around the 17-yard line. Again, it's Carl Dunbar. Boy, you can always count on him being close. Scott Wharton was there as well. Scott Wharton, the sophomore from Baton Rouge, right here. And now Cornelius will come back to the sideline as they bring back to the lineup the linebacker that he had replaced,
Oliver
Lawrence, who had gone to the sideline, number 99, and Oliver now will line up. Looks like him on the right side on 3rd and 5, and this is a big, big play, no doubt about it. Again, Emmitt Smith hit behind the line of scrimmage. Give credit, no doubt about it, a big play. Looked like Scott Wharton had got into him, number 64. What a play by the nose guard.
Good play by Scott Wharton. Does a good job of coming free on the line of scrimmage. And that's Emmitt Smith that he goes after. You know, he could easily miss this tackle. Watch it as Emmitt gets it on the sprint draw. Wharton comes free and takes Emmitt Smith for a loss.
Chris Brumley was trying to block him, and Brumley just missed him. And I tell you, Scott Wharton's quickness and determination made that play. Now it's Jimmy Young deep. There's a look at Roan, the punter. They blocked one tonight. Keep that in mind. His average only 31. Tigers should get great field position out of this. It is 4th and 6 with 3.5 to play. Kick is away. 2 deep backs. Young will field it. He's got a blocker, Kinch it up front. Trying to get outside and cannot. He's corralled at the 41. But the Tigers have good field position. A 41-yard kick, a -1 on the return. And the Tigers will have it right at their 40-yard line.
Tommy Hudson's coming back out now. This is the drive for LSU with 3:20 left in the ball game. This is the drive they need.
They need to get the L around there. We had the SU. The L had his back turned to it.
Well, the thing he's got to do is just take his time and get the ball downfield. The clock stops now with every first down.
3:20 to play. Tigers with 2 timeouts remaining. Fuller in motion. Hodson, play action and pump fake, and then dumps it off to Moss. Moss with some room. Moss running and free. Moss to the 45-yard line of the Gators. What a quick move and acceleration from Tony Moss on a 15-yard gain.
Good play. Good play. If you watch it from the end zone here, it makes all the difference. Remember the run Tommy Hudson had last time when he came out of the pocket. Watch what happens when he just steps up, steps right in that crease. Now the defense has to come to him. That's Tony Moss. He's wide open. That's what Tommy's got to do. Step up in that crease, draw some of the defense to him, and dump the ball off.
Tigers with a tightly split backfield. And that is Fuller in motion. Egloff behind Hodson. Hodson to throw on 1st down from the 45. Steps up and incomplete. Tried to go to Willie Williams, the senior tight end, and he just could not get the completion there. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 45.
Good play by Tommy Hodson that time. He just got a drop ball on him, but you know, they come back 2nd down, come back and run it again, get set, keep his guys calm, and LSU's right in this ball game. All they need is 10 yards at a time.
2:46 to play. 2 timeouts remaining at the 45-yard line. Hodson has passed for 154. 1 TD. One more will tie him with Kerwin Bell at 56. Over the middle, complete, a leaping catch down to the 25-yard line. Eddie Fuller. What an all-purpose back Fuller is. A 20-yard gain on this catch. And a 1st down at the Gator 25.
Good play by Eddie. Good play by Eddie Fuller. They'll split Eddie Fuller out here. Hodson just backs up. He's looking for Eddie Fuller all the way. He's wide open. That's the linebacker again. You can't put a linebacker on Eddie Fuller and expect to get to him.
1st and 10 at the Gator 25-yard line. 2:28 and clock is moving. Again, tightly split backfield with Fuller in motion. Egloff the back. Hodson to throw. Looking and throwing, and Moss with a catch at the 20, spun around at the 21. And they'll give him the progress at the 20. Pat Moore on the tackle. And the Tigers pick up a quick 5 yards.
Good play. Tony Moss is such a great wide receiver. He does a good job of running his route and pushing a defensive back off. Then he comes back for the football. And that's what you've got to do as a good wide receiver, to make sure that the defensive man doesn't have a good shot at the ball or an interception.
At the 20-yard line, a minute 50 to play. Tony Moss now with 7 catches. Last week he had 7 with 4 TDs. 64 yards tonight. It's 2nd and 5. Again, Hodson on a blitz. He's going to unload to the sideline all alone. Nobody picked him up, but it goes incomplete. Eddie Fuller was running alone and free. There was a blitz. The linebacker that apparently would pick up Fuller was blitzing, and there was no one around him. Good offensive play. Eddie Fuller just went in motion. Now everybody's blitzing here, so nobody has Eddie Fuller, and Tommy looks over and throws it. Just overthrows Eddie Fuller. A wide open Eddie Fuller. Godfrey Miles, the linebacker on that side, who has great speed, was coming hard, and Eddie Fuller was wide open, as you saw in that replay. Now it is 3rd and 5. Tigers are only 5 of 16 third down conversions, but that doesn't matter. This is the one that counts. You want to be 1 for 1 on this one. Hodson stepping up, could run, will run to the 19-yard line, short of a first down. Brad Culpepper with the pressure and the tackle. LSU should take a timeout here. Tommy signaling for a timeout. The decision here, Larry, is going to be, you see Coach Mike Archer, the decision is going to be, do I want to go ahead and kick and settle for a tie at 124 and maybe get the ball back, or do I want to go for the end zone? 4th down and 4 from the 15. And electing to go for a 36-yard field goal from David Browndyke. Good call by Coach Archer to go for the field goal here. Well, you've got time if you make it to go for an onside kick, and here's the kick. It is long enough, and it is good. And we have a tie game with a minute 19 to go at 13. Good call, I think, Larry, in the sense that if you go for the field goal, you've got one of the best field goal kickers there. He hits it. Now it's a tie ball game. The defense has played extremely well. LSU just has to come out and hold Florida for one series. So here with a minute 19 to go, they probably will kick it deep. And Florida's lined up for an onside kick. LSU needs to just kick the ball in that dead spot between the front men and the 2 deep guys. At around the 25 or 30-yard line. He's kicked it deeper than that, though, and he's got all of it, all the way to the goal line, 2 yards deep, in fact, and they'll sit it down. Let's go down to Jordy Hultberg with a minute 19 remaining. Jordy?
Well, Larry, with a minute 19, as you said, you've got to understand that Ole Miss beat Florida in the first game of the Southeastern Conference on their schedule. So a tie does them no good anymore. You've got to expect Florida to go deep and try and steal the win any way they can get it. A tie, and they're out of the race.
And it gives the Tigers a chance to intercept the ball or make the turnover on perhaps a hit on the quarterback, a sack, and a fumble. Hey, there's a lot of things that can happen. There's a lot of football remaining here with 1:19. If you coach Mike Archer, you're right where you want to be, needing a field goal to win with the best kicker in the country. 1st and 10 at the 20, a minute 19 remaining. Dropping to throw Morris, throwing to the sideline, complete, 24-30, out of bounds to Emmitt Smith, and that'll stop the clock with about a minute 11 and a 12-yard pickup. Emmitt Smith that time right out of the backfield, and Morris didn't have anybody open downfield. Emmitt was just a little safety valve, so he dropped him off to him. A minute 11 remaining, 13-13 tie. Keep in mind, we mentioned this at the top of the show too, and that is the fact that the home team was only 2-6-1 in the 80s. It could be 2-6-2. Play action. Again, complete at the 35. They'll try to get it out of bounds as Emmitt Smith does stop the clock, but only about a 3 or 4 yard pickup, maybe a 5-yard pickup to the 37. A minute 4 remaining. Each team with 1 timeout left. Well, that's not going to get it for Florida. They're going to have to take the ball deeper downfield in a minute, and LSU hopefully can pick it off, and that's what the Tigers are going to play for. All right, here we go with a minute 4 to go. It's 2nd and 5. 37-yard line. Morris deep over the middle, complete to the 45, to the 44-yard line. They're edging toward field goal range with that catch. 18 yards on the pickup. This is Mills, and he is going to go wide to the right this time. Morris is calling the signals quickly as they move the chains up. The clock is stopped with 57 seconds. 1st and 10 at the 43. They need field goal range. They can't get it there as he's going to be sacked. He got back up to the 45-yard line as Carl Dunbar wrapped him up. Clock moving at 42 seconds.
Good job by Carl Dunbar coming free that time and just getting in there for the sack. Florida's going to use their last timeout with 37 seconds left on the clock.
45-yard line. All tied at 13, 2nd and 12. What would you say they need? About another 15 yards?
Probably about another 15. They want to get the football down around the 25-yard line to get a good shot at it. I'll look for Emmitt Smith out of the backfield here.
2nd and 12 and about a half minute to go. A little more, 37 seconds. Again, Morris. This is Mills to the 27-yard line. They got a bunch of it. An 18-yard pickup with 30 seconds remaining now.
And the clock stops in college with the first down. So all Morris has got to do is line up and throw the ball away here and save himself some time.
30 seconds remaining, and the clock is now moving. 1st and 10 from the 27. Sideline pass stops the clock. Threw it out of bounds safely. And now it'll be 2nd and 10. Do you try maybe a sideline to get a few more yards?
Well, you want to go down the sideline somewhere, or you want to complete the ball across the middle for a first down because it'll stop the clock. It'll be just as good as getting out of bounds and have your quarterback come up, set up, and throw the ball out again. So I look for him to throw something deep across the middle. LSU's having problems keeping the receivers of Florida out of the middle of the football field.
Right now, you got to figure it's a 44-yard field goal if they try it now, so they'd like to get about another 10 if they could.
I think you'll see somebody run a pattern just inside the 15-yard line.
Morris is 4 out of 5 for 54 in this drive, but this is Emmitt Smith going to the far side of the field, really. And that may hurt them because they may not be able to stop the clock. He got wrapped up at the 24-yard line by Jimmy Young. They're going to have a hard time stopping the clock. 9 seconds, 8. Clock is moving at 7, 6. They're trying to line it up. 5. They're at the 24-yard line. 3, 2. He drops back and throws it away with 1 second remaining. I believe the clock is expired, but I believe they'll give him the 1 second. I think they're going to give him the 1 second, even though the clock shows nothing.
I think this ball game may be over.
They're going over to Galen Hall, baby. Galen Hall says there's 1 second left.
This ball game's over, I believe.
The referee's going to say, oh, he is 1 second. Fireworks all over the stadium, but it's too soon to celebrate. There's 1 second remaining, and they're going to go out to kick the field goal. LSU wants to call a timeout.
Good call by the Tigers. Take the timeout, let the kicker think about it a little while. Coach Mike Archer can get his defense over and start to talk about this one a little bit.
Well, let's see. It would be, just guessing now, about a 41-yard field goal attempt with the wind to his back. Mike Archer wanted to be explained, I guess, what had happened. It was tight, but I believe the call was right. I think there was 1 second left.
Well, and if you're LSU right here now, you have to just forget about that, go out and play some good hard special teams play. LSU traditionally, if they don't block a punt or field goal, they do it right up the middle. Coach Pete Jenkins for years has been designing plays for his defensive linemen to come free right up the middle. And on one like this, especially as long as this kick's going to be, the ball will be a little slow getting off the ground. They're not using a tee this year in college ball, so the best place to try and block it would be up the middle, and that's what LSU's good at. So they're going to be put to the test right here.
Well, it's come down to this. And this field goal try will be attempted from about 41 yards. Krzyzewski will try it. Here's the snap, the kick, it's high, it is long, and it is good. Florida has won on the final play of the game, 16-13.
What a play for Coach Galen Hall and his Gators. The last play of the football game. Hits a 41-yard field goal to win. Just devastating for the LSU players. Those guys played their hearts out. Then we see Coach Galen Hall. He's excited. Tough ball game for him and his players. We see Coach Mike Archer and his guys running off.
The fans will second guess going for 3 in the tie. yet it was a good call at the time. That's what the fans have to realize. You can't go back after the game and say, okay, we should have gone for the touchdown.
Here we take a look at the field goal again. He just hit it. He just hit it well, and it gets up there and gets over. It's a good kick. And it's good. Florida wins the game. Larry, I think you're exactly right. LSU did the right thing to go ahead and go for the 3 points. You see he hits the field goal. He's happy.
You got to remember, you're going up against the #1 defense in the nation. It has been a defensive struggle all night, and it was 4th and 4 when the Tigers elected to go for the 3.
And that guy knows how tough of a ball game it was. Look at him. He's a happy fella. He takes that. Coach Galen Hall gets excited. He's got himself a win. A tough fought ball game. Good call by Coach Archer to go for the 3. It's just one of those things that happens to you.
Sing it with me. Sometimes the snow comes down in June. You see, that's good stuff. Saving the best for last. Kyle Morris, he didn't sing that. Vanessa Williams did, but he saved the best for last in this one. And then Arden. Who's this Arden guy that comes in?
Well, going back to the class of '87, Emmitt, Otis, Tim Paulk, all the good players. Art Jazeski was in our class.
He was an '87 guy.
But we were all a bit like, oh my God, Arden's going in there.
Yeah.
I mean, we just saw him a second ago kick an extra point that just went and barely went in. I mean, we got it in. So when John David didn't go out there to kick it, we're thinking, whew, you know, Arden's a nice guy, Tampa King,
Right.
you know, local guy. But we're all thinking, oh, you got the wrong guy out there. But he lined up.
Proved us wrong.
Must have Gale Force winds, pre-Katrina wind behind him, and he got it up long enough, and we were all leaning, and it went through. We won the game. Big win.
Won the game, big win, and Galen Hall's last game and last win there for the University of Florida. And you guys all agree that you really enjoyed playing football for him.
Galen's a great guy. I mean, I don't think there's one person that can sit down and just say he's a bad person, because he's not. He's a good guy, good recruiter, did everything the right way, very honest, very forthright with you, talk to you. I mean, you know, it was a tough situation for him, and you know, I'm glad to see he's doing some good things now, because he's won everywhere he's been. So.
He was winning there and
That's right.
and won ever since he left
That's
there at all kinds of different levels in leagues. He's done nothing but get the W's.
Right. No, he has. He won in the World League. He won in the XFL, right. And did a heck of a job at Penn State this past year. I think he's off as a coordinator, and don't be surprised. I mean, they came out of nowhere to have a good offense. Don't be surprised when Joe Pa decides to get the old rocking chair out if Galen, an alumni and quarterback, doesn't come in and take his job.
I like that.
Galen's fantastic. I'm really happy that he's having some good things happen to him right now.
I'm kind of upset that this guy didn't wear the pink tank top with the green tie. That would have been
next time.
Strong.
It's more 88. It's more 87, 88.
That was 86, 87, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was more 86.
Earlier.
Okay. It was.
86,
but listen, Kirk was on the cutting edge, man. He had quite the hair.
He still is. Well, wasn't this fun hanging out with these guys? Late 80s style, 1989. We go way back on Gridiron Greats. Jerry Odom, Brad Culpepper, thanks for having us at your house. Nice curtains. And Kirk Kirkpatrick. We really enjoyed bringing it to you. We'll see you next time on Gridiron Greats. Thanks for joining us.